Given recent developments, the posse decide to stop over in Northridge before going to Trog Canyon, just to check in on Stuka. Dealing with the undead is never pleasant, and it is made all the worse when you embarrass yourself trying to outmaneuver them. The only good thing about the undead is they don't judge you when you do. Stuka is only too happy to see them, and shows off the progress he has made restoring the tower and making it not just livable, but luxurious. He is also very keen for Tristel to try out the special bone harp he made for her. While Stuka is as unsettling as ever, he is a gracious host and even declares friendship with the posse. But when questioned about necromancy, he gives them his side of the story and goes on a bit of a tirade about elves and their opinions. The posse rejoin the elves, and while Tristel is convinced that Stuka is up to something nefarious, Pearl is less sure, and they decide to discuss the matter with Annabelle the cleric. And so they return to Trog Canyon. They decide it is perhaps better for the elves to camp on the outskirts, with only their leader, Fei Li, entering town. After the initial excitement of their arrival dies down, they escort Fei Li to the inn to get her a room, and also have a little chat with Eva. The chat with Eva leaves Fei Li mystified as to how she could be undead and yet still have possession of all her faculties. And she is not sure what could be the cause of Eva's condition. Next they visit Annabelle, who finally is able to convince Pearl that Stuka is probably up to no good, and they should perhaps look into stopping him. It also brings doubt on Eva's intentions, and they decide to investigate the situation with magic. In the morning, there is much anxiety about what is to come. Fortunately, Eva nervously consents to the barrage of magical tests. Eventually, they learn that Eva is some form of zombie puppet, appearing to act as she did in life, and someone, somewhere, is holding her strings. After they ask Eva some questions, they learn it is indeed Stuka behind raising her, but for some reason, she does not appear to be evil or have hidden ill intentions towards the people of Trog Canyon. Finally, they take Fei Li to meet Crystal, the elemental, and after spending some time exploring the cave, Fei Li reports that the waterfalls are seemingly coming out of nowhere, which was probably how Crystal entered their plane. After touring Trog Canyon, the elves are eager to return home to report on what they learnt and consider how to proceed. Is Stuka truly evil? Was confiding in the elves wise? What is up with Eva? Let's find out now on Embers of the Wilds.
Hello everybody and welcome to Embers of the Wilds. How are my favorite players doing today?
Doing great. You know,
Yeah.
there's kittens here. It's great.
Very
How
good
many?
salad.
How many? Well, 2 kittens and 1 cat. They're wonderful.
We no
just
longer
like-
consider Thor a kitten.
Maybe not. I'm not sure. He's kind of the elder sitting mysteriously atop the tree, like the endgame quest NPC. He's very mysterious. But yeah, it's
Maybe
great.
a little.
Like the
maybe a little-
privilege of what?
I'm so sorry.
I was gonna say Thor is an elder, but kind of a derpy one,
Oh,
Ashley needs
but a sweet, cute.
but like a sweet derp.
Yeah, well, he just does derpy stuff. Is really precious. So like he might not be a kitten, but he's a kitten.
Yeah, he's got that kitten energy, even if he's a little bit old and funky.
Yeah. Funky for sure. Someone in chat said all cats are kittens, but not all kittens are cats. Which is interesting.
Sorry, Ashley, you needed me. What did I miss?
All cats are kittens, but not all kittens are cats?
Oh, is that the way it works? Okay.
I don't know, but
I thought
yes.
it was the other way around. But you know, it's great. Like having the privilege of just like being able to pet a kitten at any moment is great. You just find a kitten and they're there and they're just like, please pet me. Well, unless you're playing, but...
I can't believe they just let people do this. You can just have one in your house and no one's going to stop you.
Yeah,
It's amazing.
That's true.
That's
Having
wild.
pets is interesting. It's just like these little friends, little dudes hanging out in your home.
Strange wild animals that you've let live with you.
Yes.
Now, anyway, Embers of the Wilds. Our party left off, as we heard on the recap, learning some things about Eva and making some friends with elves. And the elves have taken off, and that leaves the two of you, plus all the denizens of Trog Canyon, here to wonder about what to do.
The elves left.
Yeah, Faylee
Oh,
and
man.
her friends took off.
So
Did they leave, or just like...
does that mean I can't learn Elvish?
They said they would return and help you,
Okay.
but they are taking off for the time being. They were a little bit spooked out by the Eva puppet stuff and the strength of the magic in the area, and they decided they needed to report back.
Those are valid reasons to not stay in a town, I feel like.
I think so, yeah. Okay, so maybe my Elvish dreams will come true.
One day.
But,
One
like,
day
are they-
soon, hopefully.
Do they leave, or do they like rendezvous outside town? Because they had a temporary camp there, I think.
Faylee went to go rendezvous with the others outside of town with the expectation of then leaving.
Yeah, they're gonna go back to the woods.
And when are they going to
Unless
come
you
back?
have-
Is it going to take ages because they have a different perspective of time?
Good question.
That's a great question. Yeah.
One I don't
But-
know what we'll get the answer to.
I think we
Right
last
now.
time we were talking about we were going to test to see if the Stuka's other creations are evil.
Right. You're going
Right.
to capture a zombie.
Yeah. So
Or skeleton.
Test a skelly.
and
Yes.
probably so there were three things, I think. We were going to test a skeleton, and I think at the same time we should also test the lyre that was created, and at the same time and also I'm pretty sure that your detect magic saw magic on me, but I'm not sure if that was like a
Oh, we
temporary
didn't
thing while we were
inspect
at
it.
Stuka's place.
Right.
But yeah, those were the three things left hanging, I think.
And then one more thing, which is perhaps we take a long rest before we go.
Get those spell slots back, all the
Oh
HP
yeah,
that's
that's
missing.
true. That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And XP, which I don't remember the last time we looked at.
It was a pretty long time ago, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, I start calculating experience points. Why don't the two of you tell me what it is that your characters are doing during this long rest? Because there's much happening in town. There's people going about. There's the new guards. There's still the Draconians over there, even though we haven't seen them in a while. You also haven't seen family in a bit. What are our players up to?
Well, I'm definitely gonna go visit the Draconians at some point. Because I accidentally summoned them, and I have people to apologize to. So I'm gonna
That's a
go
good
meet up
point.
with them.
Yeah. Okay.
Wait, am I even in roll 20? Oh no, I might not.
I don't see
No.
it on Roll20.
My
Shame.
God.
Oh, jeez.
Shame, shame, shame.
Not even in the game.
I'll go with Pearl.
No.
No?
No.
Okay.
Pearl is gonna go on her own to make a point.
Okay. Oh, so I probably don't even hear about it. That's fine.
No, I think you will hear about it.
And you're like,
I
no,
will,
I
will
must do
let
this
everyone
alone.
know. But I wanted to talk to them on my own as a sign of trust. I don't want it to appear like I'm there with all of my bodyguards and I'm scared of getting murdered, because Pearl do trust the Draconians pretty strongly at this point, and she wants to let them know that that is the case by like going alone and leaving the staff behind at home. So without the wand staff. Yeah, because I want to give the Draconians the impression that, like, I don't know, it's kind of weird that we're equipped for fighting every time we like hang out with them, and so I want to just go there on my own and appear as harmless as possible.
Okay. So while you're gonna go off to visit the Draconians, what is Tristel up to?
Let's see. I'm gonna plan a concert at the new setup that we have over here by the beverage barn. And yeah, introduce a few new songs. I'm trying to recount everything that's gone down so far. I think in particular I want to debut a new song, so maybe I'll play some of the oldies, and yeah, set it up as like I'm debuting this new song. Come to the concert, and the song is going to be based on the legal trial, and it's gonna be called "Legally Wronged," and it's kind of like a mental play on like Legally Blonde.
Nice. Nice. Okay. I need you guys to vamp a little bit longer while I calculate experience.
Okay.
Oh no.
What
What are you
on
doing
you.
in town, Neil? During this
Calculating
That
experience.
doesn't help.
Wait, did I set up Roll20? Let's see. Yes, I did. Nice. Okay, almost.
Look, I'm trying to think. Freya, do you remember the last time we calculated XP? I'm also trying to think of like what other shenanigans have we been up to. We were at Kaela.
It was before the trials. Yeah, when?
It was leaving Ipsum, but before digging up Eva.
Right.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
I think you're right, because we came back from Ipsum, and that was when the Eva thing happened, and we almost immediately were like, well, we'll deal with this later, and went to Kaela.
Right. Okay, that makes sense.
So it has been a hot second. I do think it would be inappropriate to make a song about the zombie situation while it's still underway.
Yeah. We don't really fully know how that's going to shake out, so...
We don't.
Yeah.
I am hoping it shakes out well, but also preparing myself for tragedy.
Which can also be made into a song, you know? But then you gotta match that vibe, so...
Right.
Okay.
There are two little torpedoes running around.
Zumi, is it energy hour?
I think so, yeah, at least for the kittens. Thor is screaming hours, apparently. Usually Zumi's is like midnight to 3 a.m. somewhere.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Coconut's been on that energy bullshit. I think I might have described this on stream before, but I have like a half wall right here because it's like a studio, and that's where she plays out energy hour at 2 a.m. is up there. So she climbs up the cat tree hops on there, and she just runs back and forth on my wall, which is like above my bed, which is on the other side.
Wow. If I were a cat, I would want to climb up there. That sounds like a good spot.
It's a good climbing spot. I was gonna ask about the trial, if my defense was worthy of inspiration.
Yes.
I think it is.
Please take inspiration for that.
Okay.
Great question.
Phenomenal.
Okay. And our characters are presently level 5.
I do feel like we leveled up right outside of Ipsum. I think that was when we picked up. Or, no, it might have been before that, because now I'm remembering Pearl picked up
Tongues?
Tongues. That was the last time we leveled up, and that was definitely before we went to Ipsum.
I'm guessing we're not going to get enough to level
Probably
up, right?
Probably not.
Probably not.
We're in that difficult zone where it takes a lot longer to level up now.
Our 2 party members will bring home 1,600 experience each. I'm not sure where that gets y'all.
1,600. 8716. We had 71 or 7,116 plus 1,600 is 8,716.
Well, still needs 6k more XP.
Oh, damn. That's a lot.
Quite a ways
Easy.
away.
Easy.
Okay, then there's no stress in thinking about the custom spell that I wanted to make. It's gonna take a while.
Okay.
Custom spell.
So, we're going to have, during our downtime here, a performance in a party and a new song being debuted. And we're going to go have a chat with some Draconians. These are separate events. But before we can get to any of them, I'm going to need somebody to roll me a 2d6 for what happens in town.
Sure. 2d6. Bit.
I see. All right. Well, we'll just ignore that for now. It'll be fine. Don't worry about it.
Nice. Great.
I think the party will take a little while to plan and the song a little while to write. So we'll do the Draconians first. It's just Pearl. And you're going to go see these friendly creatures.
Yes.
All on your own.
I'm gonna cast Tongues on myself. I believe that makes me understand everyone, and everyone understands me.
If you say so.
I think that's how it works.
Yeah. Makes sense.
Actually, maybe I should double check. Because I've only been casting it on someone else.
Spell grants the creature you touch the ability to understand any spoken language it hears. Moreover, when the target speaks, any creature that knows at least one language and can hear the target understands it. Perfect.
Cool. Neat. Yeah,
Great.
So I'm guessing spending that, or like expending that spell slot is probably something I'm going to regain after this week, hopefully.
Yes.
If I'm doing it early in the week.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so I'm going to cast Tongues on myself. I'm going to do that, like, on the way there. And, yeah, I'm leaving my Arcane Focus at home as well to not look very threatening. And I guess I should also roll for a Surge.
Oh, please do.
Okay, I'm fine.
Not today, unfortunately. Nope. Well, by yourself, you head up the canyon this cool autumn day. And sure enough, you come across a pair of Draconian guards hanging out in the canyon.
Are they like? Because I remember there was like a path into the inner parts of it. Are they like guarding the
but there's
entrance, or?
They're at that watchtower that sits in front of the canyon. There's 2 of them up there, and they look down at you as you walk on up towards them.
What do they?
You
What
can
does it look like? Do they look like they're in a different state? Are they like readying for combat, or are they just business as usual? Or
They're business as usual looking. It is a pair of kapaks. Those are the copper-colored ones that have bows and sit up into the tower. And they just sort of look down at you as you approach. And you can hear them sort of like talking amongst themselves quietly. If they were a little bit louder, you could probably pick up what they were saying. But they're clearly looking at you and pointing and whispering amongst themselves.
hi neighbors.
One of them looks surprised.
I was hoping I could speak to some of you. I think I might have accidentally summoned some of you someplace else. Do you know of any of your friends that disappeared suddenly a few days ago?
One of them leans well over the wall. How did you do that?
How I summoned your friends?
Yes.
I actually have no idea. It was a mistake, and I've come here to apologize.
It regards you with some concern in its face for a moment, before scrambling down the ladder and walking up to you with, well, I guess their eyes are always sort of squinted. You know, they're sort of reptilian. And it looks you up and down. You said you're not carrying your arcane focus with you.
Mm-hmm.
See, you're especially vulnerable and alone, is what you're telling me.
Yes. And that's kind of the point, I guess, to show some trust.
Yep. The one draconian will tell you to wait here, and the other one watches while the first heads into the draconian base. And we'll come back a wee bit later with... what is this draconian's name?
Okay, the kittens are up to shit.
I think this is Sar that arrives.
Sorry, was that the
And
name of the draconian?
Yes, Tsar, Sar.
Damn. Is that the
Sar
leader,
will show
or-
up with a pair of bodyguards. Yeah, you've spoken to this one before. This is a Bozak, a spell-casting draconian. And show up with a couple of buddies at his side.
Hi, the pleasure to meet you again. I've just come here to apologize because I'm pretty sure I accidentally summoned some of you into, well, into a city, which is very much not my intention, but...
You did, he croaks.
Are y'all okay? Did you make it back fine?
They made it back fine. How did you do that?
I wish I knew. I kind of panicked, and you know, when I panic and I try to defend myself, things go wrong quite often. And
Nods as if this is like the news that he was hoping to hear. Unintentional, then, right? Right?
yes.
Let's see.
I know it sounds weird, but I'm actually just really bad at magic, and I haven't learned how to control it yet. So I keep making these mistakes, and sometimes snakes come out of nowhere, and sometimes some of your friends just arrive next to me, and I just don't know why.
Sar gives you a broad, toothy grin and reaches out a clawed hand and pats you on the shoulder rather heavily. It's okay, little cat. Don't worry about it.
I was gonna say, does it seem genuine? But I don't know if I have the social skills to tell.
Give me an
I'm
insight
draconian.
check.
Where's my... Insight check. Okay.
It's really hard to read the expression of this weird lizard-like creature. You know, they're clearly not following mammalian facial expressions. Their muscle groups are different. You know, their eyes have like what's the little thing on the inside that blinks the wrong way?
They're like inner eyelids, or
Yeah, the inner eyelids. Their faces are a lot more sort of inscrutable and, I don't know, less expressive. So it's kind of hard to read what's going on.
is there? I don't know how to make it up to you. Is there anything I can do for you to, I don't know, remedy the thing I did? And maybe you were doing something important, and then I just removed you from here, and it just seems really rude. Is there anything you need in town?
Sar considers for a moment.
Are there many Draconias around me? Am I like...
Sar came with 2 bodyguards and the same Kapak that went to go get him. So you really only... There's 5 nearby. But you know back in that canyon, twisting around somewhere, is their base, and there's a bunch more there. Do you know how many are in their base?
I forget. I think we had a number at some point, but I don't remember what it was.
It's probably not a big deal then.
Probably not.
Yeah. Sar says, let me think on how you can make it up to us. My brethren were very confused to be yoinked out of space and time.
Yeah, I can totally... Yeah, I was very confused too. Well, yoink your brethren next to me. I didn't think that would happen. But I hope the return trip was safe. I'm guessing they returned, right?
Yes, yes. I do have an idea of something you could do
Sure.
to make it up to us. Don't you travel with a bard?
Yes. Tristel.
A good storyteller, bards
Very
are.
much so.
Our camp is very lonesome. We only have each other for company, and only the same stories over and over again.
Do you not
Perhaps we are very busy.
travel? Oh.
Perhaps you could bring your bard to tell us the story of the silver dragon who lives near Fairport.
Oh. Sylvanas.
Ah, sure. We do like stories. Stories of dragons are our favorite. Perhaps your bard knows a story about Sylvanothernes.
Oh,
And
definitely.
you share it.
Yes. We
With theater and lights and details.
yeah, I don't know too much about setting up a stage and doing that show, but Tristel would know. I can talk to her and see what we can.
The stage is unnecessary.
We'll see what we can arrange.
Yeah, it gives you another toothy grin, puts out another hand, and pat, pat, pat on your shoulder. Thank you, Pearl.
Yeah, no worries. And again, I apologize.
Yes.
I want to say it won't happen again, but honestly, I don't have this fully under control, but I'll do everything I can to not have it happen again.
His brow furrows. Please see that it does not.
Yes. I will. Well, thank you so much for meeting me. I should head home.
You are unarmored,
Yes.
with no defenders. It's dangerous out there.
Where?
Between here and the canyon, there are monsters about. Dangers.
Well, I don't always
Why don't
carry
you-
my weapons when I'm in town, so it was just at home at this point.
Draconian sort of points back to these other two behind him. Why don't you take these two as protection, just to make sure you get home safely?
Oh, I think I'll
turns to
I'll
the
get
others.
home fine.
Go with this one. Make sure she gets back alive. We wouldn't want our new friend to come to any harm.
Sure. I don't think it's necessary, but we can. Yeah, feel free to.
I insist.
Okay.
And with that, two of the Baz Draconians will sort of fall in line behind you, and you can overhear them talking a little bit on your way back to town. Can you give me a perception check to hear how much you can overhear of their conversation? Oh, that's really good. So neither of these were the Draconians that were summoned, but they are sort of talking about this summoning and this strange creature that summoned them. And you can catch quite a bit of their conversation, which is mostly incredulous. Like, this thing that can't even control its magic. If Sar can't summon us, how could this thing? No, she must not be able to control it. I heard tell of wild sorcerer. Oh, but wild. So, sort of a conversation about the nature of magic and the difference between wizards, clerics, and wild sorcerers. You will get through this conversation that Sar is a spellcasting draconian that has. You will get the name. Why don't you roll me a D8? I'm sorry, a D10.
Damn.
Oh my gosh.
Is that good or bad?
That's very good.
Okay.
Because they will be talking about the spells that Sar can cast, and you are going to get a list of 10 spells that you can overhear them talking about as they discuss magic on their way back. So you will learn that Sar has Dancing Lights, Firebolt, Shocking Grasp, Burning Hands, Detect Magic, Disguise Self, Enlarge Reduce, Invisibility, Web, and Magic Missile.
Damn.
So those are 10 spells. Some of them are cantrips, some are first level, some are second level. But you can pick up that information on your way back.
That's spicy. That they would have invisibility. That has implications. Okay.
I'm sure they've never used it.
No. No,
yeah.
that would be inappropriate to sneak around in town. It would be unheard of for Draconians to do that.
And they will walk you all the way back to one of the staircases and watch as someone, uncranks the staircase to lower it down, and then you can walk up it and they can crank the staircase back up. And then the Draconians will leave in peace without harming you.
Thank you so much for the escort. And I will wave them goodbye.
They will wave at you as well. And that leaves us with Tristel. Tell us about these preparations you're making.
All right. So we have this new setup, this kind of entertainment area. My idea behind this is I kind of want something a little lighter for people to focus on because there have been a lot of spooky things happening. It'd be great if Greta and Eva could come so they could take their minds off of the crazy stuff. I guess Eva would want Annabelle as her escort because I know she's staying with her. But yeah, overall wanting this to be a distraction. So lots of drinks, lots of like hanging up lights and things like that. I kind of want it to be in the evening, so it's very dazzling. And yeah, that's kind of the gist of it.
Okay. Well, you have time to invest in all of these preparations. There is some money available for this. Our dearly beloved bartender, brewer, is always happy to have any excuse to host a party where more people can come and purchase their wares. And so they will work with you and help set up the details. Have you figured out what your new song? I know it's about.
Yes, it's about the trial. In particular, I want it to be about kind of like kind of almost storytelling, like we have each of these witnesses and just like the ups and downs of the trial, like kind of almost pinning it like a battle with words.
Or like singing from the different perspectives of each character. And like,
Yeah,
kind of like a musical,
yeah.
but with one person. Or
Yeah, a one-woman musical for sure.
Got it.
Like to play with the perspective, like Trog lovers from the perspective of the Trog being charmed. Thinking,
And do we have a name for this new song?
yes, legally wronged.
Oh, that's right. Legally wronged. Oh.
Yeah. I would imagine, yeah, like Freya was saying, kind of like from each person's perspective in that very like storytelling form of song, but a chorus that is like very hardcore, very cool, and centered around the word objection.
Love it. All right. Why don't you give me a performance check for the first time you performed this song?
use your
Let's see.
inspiration immediately.
I might hold on to that. We might be up to some foolishness soon that would be useful there.
Yeah.
I do think my plus 10 will help us.
You've plus
Nice.
10.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. It is another hit by Tristel. Yet another fantastic song that the whole town gathers round to hear. And now, Pearl, your trial for a murder is famous
Hell
throughout
yeah.
the town. And everyone knows you didn't do it. You didn't try to murder anyone. Your magic just got out of hand.
Oh no, Barnaby is gonna. He's gonna get it.
Well,
even more
he's
reinforced in his
certainly
beliefs.
there. Listening, watching.
Jeez.
But it's a great song, and he applauds along with the rest of everyone. Everyone seems pretty excited about the new Tristel piece. Plus, there's all this gold in town now that came from Kaela.
Right.
And during the downtime this week, you will also have a visitor. Grizz will show up from Kaela.
Grizz.
Yeah. Grizz will come to town probably the day after the new song is unveiled. And Grizz will tell you that she's a little concerned about the warlords to the south of Kaela. She tells you that a large encampment has been seen on the horizon and seems to be stationed in the area. Whether they're building up forces or they're just kind of keeping an eye on the town, if they're looking for a crossing, it's not quite certain, but there's always like little patrols that are heading off and coming back. And she's simply here to check in, make sure you all haven't seen any strange warlords, any strange people coming around looking for information.
I don't believe we have. I am curious how Grizz came upon Trog Canyon.
She never really got directions before, did she?
No.
But she is a hunter, very good at tracking.
Right. Yeah, I was thinking that too. I think we have described like the general direction we're from, but that's interesting.
But no, we haven't seen anything up here, at least. Well, apart from the necromancer, but
Yes, the necromancer. She looks concerned.
do you know the necromancer? Stuka.
Only his creations. I believe he's the one who made those zombified alligators we fought.
Probably, yeah.
Do you know him?
Yes, we have a strange relationship with Stuka. We're assessing the situation. Stuka is kind of rebuilding Northridge. I don't know if
Isn't
you
that
passed
bad?
Northridge on the way here, but
Is it bad that a necromancer is building a city?
That's what we're trying to figure out.
Yeah. Rebuilding a city in and of itself isn't bad. Rebuilding it with bones, well, that's a different story.
As soon as this map will load, she will point out the spot. It is right over here where that encampment has been seen. So just
Damn,
a
that's
little
close.
bit north. Yeah, that's why she's concerned. Maybe, it's 50 miles. It's possible that someone did one of these things or crossed over here or came down and crossed through the swamp. But if you haven't seen anything, it's fine. And Grizz will leave you be.
Do you
Next
think they're a
day.
threat to Kyla?
We have a river protecting us and tall walls. Ella stood through the war and hasn't fallen since. I don't think an outside force could bring it down.
How do the elves deal with the warlords down to the south? Because don't they live down there?
I don't know. Did I not see you associating with elves?
Yes, we just never asked. Just figured if you know.
Elves are very long-lived creatures. I expect the warriors that defend their borders are... How do you say this in game terms?
Skill.
Extraordinary. If they have been protecting the borders for 400 years, they must be extremely capable warriors.
How have you
They
been?
must have.
Warlords aside.
Stressed. Very, very stressed.
How so?
I am the ranger of Kaela, and I don't really fit in with the town. I don't really fit in with the people there. I prefer to spend my times out in the wilds, and I keep seeing things that disturb me. Animated, dead alligators, warlords. There have been strange fish being caught in the rivers. There's a what do you call it? A chimera that I've seen overhead a few times.
Yeah, we saw that one too.
We did.
I heard a talking fish the other day.
Talking
Where?
fish?
Just south of here, on one of the forks of the river.
Oh, south of Trog Canyon.
On this river fork.
That might be our friend.
Yes, it may not be a fish, actually. We encountered a druid named Trout. He often likes to take form of a trout, so...
Huh.
Also very difficult to find. He just kind of shows up whenever he wants
Yes.
to.
Since you're
I
here,
also-
would you like to stay a while? We're having a concert. Or did that already happen? Out of character.
That would have been yesterday.
Okay.
You could throw another concert.
Still, I mean, yeah, I guess still ask Grizz if they'd like to stay for a while.
Grizz has many duties, but let's give her a... No. She politely declines. I have businesses that need tending to. There was a boat near the swamp when I was up on my coming this way. Some people navigating the swamp from afar. I must make sure that they are not a threat to us and see if they need help on their way through. Swamp can be a dangerous place.
Is the
But-
swamp dangerous due to the, well, zombie creatures?
It's natural hazards. You know, murky waters, large rocks or fallen trees could easily spill a boat or cause it to run aground and be unable to be moved. There are poisonous creatures in the swamp. There's a hydra that lives in the swamp. It's a dangerous place.
That
It's
makes
also pretty
sense
wet.
then.
It's hard to walk around.
Birds of prey, giant mosquitoes,
Oh,
you know. Anyway, I will go, and she will take her leave.
What days did this happen on? Or should we just say like Draconian's Monday, concert Tuesday, and
Actually, that is what I have on my calendar
okay.
already. Draconian's Monday, concert Tuesday, Grizz Wednesday. And there's another thing that happens on Wednesday. You won't hear about it until it's all resolved. But the miners, well, the people in the mines had an unfortunate happening.
Oh no.
One of the old walls that they've like walled off a ruined section of the mine with came tumbling down.
no.
And spilling out from inside the mines were strange monsters that started attacking the miners and trying to like drag them back into the depths of this like
no.
formerly walled off area. However, your dearly beloved friend, oh my god, what's her name? Glory? No.
Gloria.
Gloria, a former warlord herself and former fighter, was able to at least stall the enemy, these new monsters, long enough for the town guard to arrive.
Hell yeah.
However,
Oh.
by the time the town guard arrived, Gloria was not to be seen. And now there is a
Just gone?
ruined... Yes. There are a few monster bodies lying around. And the thinking is that while Gloria was able to hold off the monsters from attacking and ravaging everybody else, she has been captured, killed, eaten, taken? No one's quite certain.
And when did this
bigger
happen?
de-
Just now?
Wednesday, yeah. You'll hear about it when someone comes yelling out of the mines and making a commotion, but you're on the other side of the canyon, so there's like someone doing something, and then maybe half an hour later, the guards will be coming around everywhere and checking on people, letting everyone know that these things came from a walled off section of the mines.
What do they look like? The things.
Yes, you can be brought to the body of one of these things, but why don't we save that for when we get back from our first break?
True. Okay.
Yes.
All right. Great.
Gloria!
See y'all in a bit.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Embers of the Wilds. This is the corpse that is dragged out from the mines and placed before you.
This is a new type of danger noodle. This is a different one.
This is...
You've seen one of these before.
No.
No.
That's big.
Well, I've made it large so that we could see it. It's
Well,
that's
how
not its
big is
relative
it?
size. Yeah. ABC.
People in chat are saying it's fine, so I think it's fine.
It is fine. I wouldn't worry about it. Head to tail is probably like 8 to 10 feet long. It's like a big old snake looking thing, and then it's got these like appendages with like suction cups on it that comes off of its face with hooks on each one of them, and then a very large beak in the middle, and yeah, it definitely moves by slithering.
Ugh.
And it's got these like suction-y cup things and these big sharp hooky things and the big beak in the middle. And
Does it smell bad?
Yeah,
So
how does
remember
it
the
smell?
troglodytes were absolutely awful.
yes, this is not so much so. It might have like the scent of musty scales on it, but that's about it. You know, kind of like a snake with poor hygiene. Not particularly smelly, but maybe a little bit of a scent on it.
Damn. What does the scene look like where we're at? Are we in the mines now?
Yeah.
This will have been dragged out of the mines for all to see. And so the town is gathered round the mine entrance as much as they can. The creatures hauled out and brought all the way down to the river so people can stand around and observe it. But mostly we don't have to worry about this. This is going to be the responsibility of the town sheriff and the town guard. And they have a lot of soldiers at their disposal. There is always Kyra, who can handle pretty much anything. And they tell you not to worry. This isn't your purview.
Well, I am
You do-
worried.
But where's Gloria?
I'm worried about Gloria.
Well, between your new guards from Ipsum and your existing guards here and Kyra, they will launch an investigation to go see where these things come from and where Gloria is. Yeah, you don't have to worry about it.
Sounds suspicious now.
Unless you really, really want to take this job away from the town guard, but that's sort of their duty here.
No, we
Well-
could join in.
Yeah, I'm wondering if we're gonna go handle the Stuka stuff, we need that guard.
At the very least, when we come back with a skeleton or whoever we're gonna bring back.
That's true. So I guess we don't need them for that. We can probably handle that with a small party.
Plus, Stuka's our friend, so it's gonna cooperate. It's gonna go great.
Sure.
Great. You all can go get the skeletal friends while
That was like half a goal.
town sheriff. Yeah, take five.
Did
silver.
we trip and like we thought we saw gold, but it
was
just
silver.
A glimmer. It was a glimmer.
Yeah. The two of you can go capture a skeleton while the others deal with these things.
As long as
Okay.
it seems like they have things under control and they don't need us. But I
Yeah.
think otherwise, I would want to help investigate if it seems like they might need
I mean,
us.
they've
But...
got Kyra. Kyra can sort of solve any problem on her own.
True.
Right?
Like, look at her stats.
True.
Yeah.
The stats.
Yeah.
Your
So
character is doing
instead-
great work, actually. So, yeah.
So instead of worrying about
I know
these
what I did,
monsters
but I'm
from
proud. Nice.
from within the mines, let's deal with capturing a skeleton. How is
Yes.
that going to happen?
Well, I think we should talk to Stuka. He's
I
always,
don't.
well, he's friendly. He's always amenable to conversation, and I think we can,
I don't
introduce-
think that. I don't think so. We're trying to test it. If it's evil, we need Annabelle. I don't know exactly the dynamics between clerics and necromancers, but it could be seen as a threat to roll up with one. Is my thought.
I'm sorry, what? Seen as a threat for who to roll up with?
Annabelle, like a cleric, to bring a cleric to a necromancer's house.
Yeah. I mean, I think I would rather like talk to Stuka and frame it as like where
We kind of think your stuff's evil, but we just want to check real quick. Is that cool?
basically something like that.
No.
Um,
Okay, so I think the skellies are dumb. I think we can catch one.
but they might go
Sneaky.
aggressive if we try to catch them. Because they don't really follow our orders, but they do follow Stuka's orders. So,
Right.
I mean, we could just ask Stuka, I think. If... Or maybe...
I
'Cause the thing
wonder,
is, like-
we haven't explored Northridge fully. I wonder if he has like maybe less guarded ones. Like a bridge makes sense to have a lot. Like I'm wondering if he has like any that are just patrolling that we could snatch.
But how would we physically do that?
I don't know. That part I haven't figured out.
Hmm.
I have lots of rope.
Seems risky. And isn't it kind of rude to Stuka to just like kidnap one of his citizens?
Mm-hmm.
I feel like it's better to ask Stuka in some form or another.
What would we ask him?
If it's okay if a skeleton could follow us to town. Just straight up.
Can we have one of your family members, please?
Yes. Just visit our town. I think at least Pearl would want to be honest about it. And just be like, well, necromancy is a very distrusted form of art in every corner of the world. And people in town are a little bit worried, and so we were thinking, would it be okay if we were to just bring one of your friends over to our town, and then our cleric can make sure that they're not dangerous?
I'm sure that'll go great.
That would
My
be Pearl's
thought is-
approach, but
My thought is, I remember us looking at like the zombie thing and that they can hide their intentions. Like, I wonder if us giving him the heads up or investigating if it's evil, if he could like dispel that, like us being able to sense it. If he can like
Maybe,
hide his intentions.
yeah, the tricky thing with the skeletons is that like we can't put them to sleep and we can't charm them either because they don't have a mind, I'm pretty sure. Right? Not sure if sleep
Cannot be
works. Maybe it
charmed,
does,
cannot
yeah.
be put to sleep.
Okay. So I feel like
They
if
are
we
really weak.
like if we try to capture them, they're gonna have to be alive, I feel like. Or like completely conscious and yeah.
Do you have any spells like a trap? I guess we could make a trap.
I mean I can recklessly cast something, but generally that's a bad idea.
Where does Pearl get her hunting supplies? Could we maybe get a trap and test that?
One of the hunters in town has some old bear traps that they have had for years and years, back when they were like back when Northridge was a properly functioning town and someone there was making bear traps or complex objects that retain a lot of tension. So there are 2 bear traps still in town. If you could convince the hunter in question to give you one of their 2 precious, unreplaceable things.
But then how heavy are skeletons? Like it's the weight of a skeleton trapped in a bear trap. Like how easy are they to move even?
It's a great question.
Bears are pretty big, and if it's a person skeleton, which it is, then it can't be bigger than a bear.
Yeah. Let's see. The human skeleton accounts for approximately 15% of a total body weight. So the global average human skeleton weighs 9.3 kilos or 20.5 pounds. Not very much at all.
Okay. So I guess it would mostly be the bear trap that is heavy.
I think the bear trap weighs 20 pounds in and of itself, so should be a fairly simple thing, right?
I just don't know how
Yeah.
to physically do it. Because like if you have a skeleton trapped in a bear trap and they are like hostile toward us, Do we just ask to hold its hand and like drag it, or I don't know. I feel like it's gonna be really difficult.
Maybe then we could bind it like with rope.
Actually, what's the range of Annabelle's evil detection?
Great question.
Yeah.
Because maybe she can come with, and like before we even like get close, like too close, maybe she can detect.
30 feet.
Oh.
It's kind of close,
Well,
but
we got 30 feet. Like I specifically got 30 feet last time, and it didn't react to us.
yeah.
Because I remember, well, I was mostly looking at my movement speed and if I needed to get out of there. But 30 feet was like specifically how close I stood.
So if we could convince Annabelle to come with,
Yeah.
we don't need to like start a whole encounter. Like
Yeah, that's
she
a good
could
point.
observe from a distance.
That
just
would be more
Get
ideal.
yourselves and Annabelle and go all the way into the city and up to one of those bridges. And yeah, it'll be fine.
Yes, it will be fine. So
Yeah, I like that. That's safer, and on the off chance we were to get caught with the bear trap, that might be hard to explain.
Yeah, this way we don't really antagonize anyone. I feel like.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well then, taking off today, or do you want to wait till the end of your long rest?
Yes, definitely to the end of the long rest.
Probably, yeah. What day would that be?
That'd be Saturday.
21st.
Okay. Autumn, would you roll me a d20 for how favorable our dearly beloved friends do going into the mines to rescue or find Gloria?
All right, no pressure.
It's quite nice.
That's a lucky number, right?
Our party is up late, waiting for Kyra and the captain of the guard to come back. And late at night they do. You can hear them sort of echoing their footsteps and their armor in the mines. And they will bring back the mangled corpse of Gloria.
Oh no!
She has indeed been ripped apart by these monsters and is
Gloria.
dead. You will see that your friends, Kyra and the new captain of the guard, are injured as well. They've got cuts all across their shoulders and legs, and they're bleeding a bit, but they are intact. They will tell you that these creatures that they have dubbed Gricks, G-R-I-C-K, are very spooky. They're that weird scaly skin that has that musty smell that comes off of it, as apparently somewhat like color changing, just enough to help them camouflage in with the natural surrounding of the rocks. And they were ambushed not once, not twice, but 3 times on their way to go find Gloria. They did indeed find her near this pit with like rings going down around it. They brought back the body, or what bits of it they could, and tell the two of you, plus the other important people in town, that there were many more of these Grit creatures, and perhaps it's best just to collapse that section of the mine instead of put up a thin little wall, because there are still more of these things underground. Perhaps too many to want to confront head on.
Probably.
Mayor Barnaby and
Yeah.
the foreman of the mines agree, unless anyone has any objections, unless anyone wants access to the Grick tunnels.
I mean, unless they found something of interest, but
Just monsters.
that's not very nice. We don't like
Yeah.
monsters that murder people.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So the foreman will take his men and work on collapsing that section of the mines to make it forever impassable.
That's sad.
That is really sad. I'm sad about Gloria.
Yeah.
Slowly but surely, she grew on me.
And now she's gone.
But she did help save everyone else. There were all those other miners that surely, if Gloria was not there, would have been captured and dragged back and been eaten as well.
Mm-hmm.
She died gloriously.
Yes. Exactly.
But we don't have to worry about this. Again, this is not your problem. So days pass, and it's time to go deal with the skeletons in Northridge on the next Saturday.
Is Annabelle up for this?
She prefers to stay in the town in case someone needs healing. It would be odd, extremely rare for her to leave for 2 days, because it takes about a day to get to Northridge and then about a day back, plus all the other shenanigans that are going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
But if this is the only way, she will go with you.
It's the safest way, we believe.
Yeah.
Less,
she's in.
The least antagonizing.
Then she is in. And so Saturday comes. Our party heads out towards Northridge. And I will make some encounter checks. The plains are cool and empty. The grass is blowing in the wind. No monsters come to find you. No serious predators bother you. And late in the afternoon on Saturday, November 23rd, the town of Northridge is well in view. Because we are so late in the winter, or in the fall, the days are quite short now. And I think you'll be getting to Northridge just around a little bit before sundown. How long is this walk? 20 miles-ish. Going 4 miles an hour. No, you can get there a little bit before sundown. Maybe 45 minutes before sundown?
Hmm.
Does our party want to go do some skeleton investigation right now and then
Yeah.
camp for the night? Or camp for the night and skeleton investigate tomorrow morning?
This shouldn't take very long, right?
It shouldn't. Yeah, I guess at the very least, if we notice it's taking us longer to find like a solo skeleton, because right, we kind of want to find one, or like not a large group, anyways.
Yeah, or at the very least, like skeletons that are not hostile,
Yeah,
because
so
we
can
have found a
scout.
lot of those.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's
Yeah,
fine
we can
unless we
scout.
like body slam them, but
Mm-hmm.
we don't have any plans of doing that.
So into the town this evening we go?
Yes.
Excellent. And is there a particular place or approach that you would like, or just walk into town until you find a skeleton?
Maybe we kind of hug the edges at first.
Yeah. I imagine we would be extra cautious because, like, we don't know what the skeletons or Stuka thinks about Annabelle and whatnot, so we wouldn't want to be, like, in the middle of town when, like, I don't know, in case everyone starts chasing us.
Excellent. Well, you skirt the outsides of town looking for skeletons. You know Stuka postcards to watch all over the place. Can I get a perception check from both party members, please?
Yes.
Ooh, it's very good, Autumn. Freya, you will spot a skeleton, and it's as the two of you are getting closer to that skeleton that Autumn, you will spot a boat. It's got a mast, but the sail is down, with a flag sort of dangling from it, blowing very gently in the breeze. A very smallish boat. You're surprised to see a boat like this in Northridge, unless Stuka has one. The flag that it waves is probably somewhat familiar to you. What is a good check for you to make to determine if you know?
Maybe history or...
Yeah, give me a history check, please.
Oh no, that one's not as high as something else I could have chosen, probably. I feel like that's probably the right... Oh!
You don't know this flag. You have no idea. It's fine. Fine. But there is a boat docked somewhere in Northridge, sort of in the middle of town.
Okay.
And you see some skeletons. Yeah.
Right, because there's like the same river that flows through our canyon going through Northridge, so... Does it look like anyone's there? Anyone's home?
All you can really see is the mast with the flag, and then it sort of like rocks back and forth. You need to get deeper into the town to get a good look at the boat.
Okay.
I don't know if that's in the cards for today.
Maybe not for today.
Maybe not
The
while
skeletons?
Annabelle is here.
Yeah, the skeleton is closer to us, right? Like...
Yeah, much, much closer.
Okay. Then maybe let's just do that right now.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's detect some evil.
Great.
Okay.
So you're just going to tell Annabelle to walk up to the skeleton and cast the spells?
Well, we're gonna walk
Let's-
up first and make sure that it's not attacking us, right?
Well, okay, I have invisibility. So maybe we can make Annabelle invisible. I guess it goes away if she casts a spell. So would she need to... We could ask her to detect magic first. Or, sorry, detect evil. How, like, would that work?
Oh, right, because Detect Evil is a concentration spell.
Yeah, that's what I'm wondering. Because detect magic is kind of like, I don't know, it might also be.
Yeah, so she could cast Detect Evil and Good. Then you could cast Invisibility on her. Then she could walk up to the skeleton and detect and walk back. All in 10 minutes. Sounds like a great plan.
Yeah, that sounds great.
Let's do it.
And how far back will the two of you be?
I don't know. I mean, the skeletons didn't attack us last time. So, like, we could get pretty close, right? And we'd want to be pretty close in case something happens.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
So maybe 30 feet back from Annabelle?
Yeah. Yeah. Maybe even, like, in front of her, right?
Well, but what's the point of her being invisible if you're going to be in front of her?
Because we don't know if the skeletons are friends with only us.
Yeah, I think it's more like to... Yeah, and more like to protect... I guess that's a great point. I wasn't even thinking of that. I was just thinking of the fact that she's, like, weaker than us. So in the event something went wrong. But that's valid. He did specifically say, oh, I'll make sure they don't attack you to us, but not to her.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, the two of you can approach this cluster of 5 skeletons that are guarding one of these roads. Annabelle, behind you, invisible, with her Detect Good and Evil spell up. Where is... And she will get up to the creature. You will hear her kind of whispering behind you as she walks to let you know how far away she is from you. And then she'll say this is close enough, and the party can come to a stop. The skeletons will be looking directly at the two of you. Annabelle will focus on the skeleton to detect its nature. And while we're doing this, can I get one more set of perception checks from the two of you, please?
Fine.
14 and an 18. We needed a 15. So, Autumn, you will spot. There's a light on in the tower. Not a big deal. Both of you can see the light. But you will notice a human person in the tower by this light for just a brief moment before it sort of vanishes. Like, it passes by a window. She passes by a window for a moment and then is gone again. Can I get you, and just you, Autumn, to make me a... What check is this? Just a regular old charisma check.
Damn, straight up.
Oh my gosh.
Hell yeah.
Natural 20. Fine. You recognize Henrietta.
Hell yeah, Henrietta.
That mage that came through town so long ago and said that she would come back one day. She's in the tower with Stuka.
Oh my goodness.
I would cast a lot more doubt on this identification if you hadn't rolled a natural 20, but it's unmistakably Henrietta in the tower with Stuka.
Okay. Wow.
And then Annabelle tells you that she's detected. It's time to go. She's got the information she needs. Let's get out of here.
Okay.
Yeah,
I agree. Let's go. I'm just dazed by this information. I'm like the floating math in front of my face. Like, what does this mean?
We're just gonna casually walk away. That's fine.
Yeah. Skeletons continue to stare at you as the two of you back away. And once you're free and clear of the skeletons and they're out of sight, Annabelle will tell you that she certainly has detected evil on these skeletons. They are deeply evil creatures to their core.
Oh my goodness.
And is that a good thing, though? Isn't that a good thing? Doesn't that mean Eva isn't one of them?
But it means Stuka's evil. Probably.
It does.
Very likely.
It makes me curious if there's something hidden about Eva's condition, but regardless, we know that nothing good is here. I can't believe that I saw this with my own eyes, but I saw Henrietta in the tower.
What would she be doing here? With Stuka?
I don't have a good feeling about this.
Do we
Oh my goodness.
talk to Henrietta? Do we go there?
I don't think we should go now. It's too close to dark.
Yeah, you're right.
We were wondering all this time how he could have found Trog Canyon if she's working with him.
No, she wouldn't do that, right? Because she's been kind. Or I guess Stuka's also been kind to us. Maybe evil people can be kind sometimes.
It's true.
But we have to talk to her. At some point.
Perhaps.
Okay, but not tonight.
Not tonight.
The two of you with Annabelle will fall back to a safe distance. Make your camp for the night. Any need to set watches? Stuka's always been nice, and you've camped out near here without any problems in the past.
We should
Probably fine.
watch just in case there's a random tiger.
Yeah.
That's true.
And we have Annabelle, and we can't lose our town cleric.
Yeah.
We just can't. While we're camping, so can I try like committing whatever I saw? So I didn't recognize the boat flag. Like I didn't know what it was. Can I try just kind of like drawing it in the sand, like or in the dirt, to like, this is what I saw.
So it was a rectangular flag with like a red sun in the corner. And can I draw? Where's the... Oh, that's totally a boat, I swear.
Nice.
It's a good boat.
Mm-hmm. And a boat with a flag on it is the flag.
Okay.
Wait, is this like recursive?
No, it's not recursive.
Okay.
And it looks a little bit nicer than this, but this is the best I can do.
It's kind of meta. I like it.
Mm-hmm.
I want to ask Annabelle and Pearl, like, so that there was a boat in town. I don't know why there was a boat, but does this flag look like anything?
Annabelle doesn't recognize it.
Guessing I wouldn't.
But she hasn't. Yeah, you definitely don't. Annabelle hasn't left Trog Canyon in forever, though, so.
Makes sense. Okay.
But it's probably Henrietta's boat then, right? If Henrietta's visiting, maybe she came here by boat?
Oh. She did come by boat through Trog Canyon. I wonder how long she's been here then.
It's been a little over a week since you've been here last. So certainly no more than 10 days.
Mm-hmm.
As you make your camp in the plains and talk at night about these things, you can see the lights on in the tower remain for many, many hours, until maybe 4 hours past sundown, when someone is switching out shifts with somebody else for watching. The lights will be quickly snuffed out and the tower will go dark. But it's fine. Right?
Spooky.
Yeah. It's fine. I
It's
think we will.
Fine.
We can stay watch, I think. Just do shifts
Yeah.
and whatnot.
Yeah. It's safe over the course of the night. No one gets intact. No one's in danger. And the next day, you can make your way back to Trog Canyon. Safe and sound. All fine.
Sort of.
Sort of.
We're all fine. It is it. General, it is not all fine.
Yeah. Oh no. Okay. Then how do we deal with this? Because this just got hard.
Not addressing the Henrietta situation, which I still don't. I don't know which way to feel about it. Stuka is clearly not good.
His creations are not good. There you go. That's more accurate. We don't know about Stuka yet.
Well, Pearl knows better than anyone that the creatures that she summons obey her will. Therefore, evil
she know
creatures Stuka has summoned. Yeah, because you said protect me to the
Yeah, but that was
Draconian,
just
and
like-
they're like, or help me. You didn't even say protect, you said help, and they're
Yeah.
like, kill.
That was like asking them as friends, not like commanding them. I wasn't aware that I was commanding an army.
Well, if
So,
Stuka
yeah.
we know that the necro creations do follow the will of their master. So
Yeah.
maybe he's doing like a weird social experiment, like it's kind of like a game for him. He's like, here's some evil ones, maybe we can go find a good one, and he's like, I don't know, it's like playing Civ.
No
For
town
him.
would be complete without some sort of conflict, right? Like, there's got to be tension, otherwise it's not a real city.
I don't think that's the case. Though.
Well,
How is the guard? How are the guards doing? I know they got injured in the mine excursion. So, is there anyone
Annabelle
that we could?
has some cure light wound spells. She's
Okay.
healed them up. Soldiers and guards are okay.
Okay.
So,
I'm trying to figure this out.
what does this tell you about Eva? She cool? She under his control? She free? Is there something special about her, or is it just a big ruse?
I don't know what it tells us about Eva.
I don't know.
Because we don't... Because, like, I'm guessing it is possible to conceal evil.
It is. I kind of read forward and backward the zombie, the raised zombie puppet description, and it did kind of describe a scenario where someone could be like a sleeper agent.
Okay. So
She was like fresh too, so it's like I'm wondering what amount of effort, because it's kind of like the way it's just the spell is almost set up is like if someone is in bad shape, then their zombie will be in bad shape, but she was like just buried.
Right.
So that could, account for the... Just because she's in good shape doesn't necessarily mean there's not something fishy going on.
But the
all I'm
bad
gonna
part there is Eva being controlled, not Eva herself. And so
Yes.
the goal should be like to remove that control without removing Eva, right?
If she was raised as a zombie, I feel like if we remove that, then she's dead again.
Like,
But you're right. We should, that's the problem, is her being controlled. Whatever is on the other side is what it is, but... I don't want her to die again.
yeah. Well, okay, so with Stuka doesn't know that we know that his creations are evil yet, probably, right? Maybe. Unless he's getting
Why
like a ton of information from every single minion.
Yeah, they were looking right at us.
Yeah, but like do the skeletons like relay information through telepathy, or like how does that work? I guess we wouldn't know.
Does Annabelle know? Does she know anything about...
Annabelle will tell you with some confidence that the undead are usually their own entities and not telepathically linked.
Okay.
Usually. That's the general rule. There will probably be exceptions, or there might be abilities that allow you to view through the eyes of your undead. She doesn't really know those specifications, though, because she's not a necromancer.
We think that he doesn't know. He could be suspicious of us anyways, based on our last visit. We weren't overtly suspicious of... No, we were really overtly suspicious of him. I was anyways.
But we had like good reasons, right?
Yeah,
we
I
justified
think...
it to him.
Yeah, based on our conversation, though, I'm wondering still how he felt about it after we left.
Yeah.
But we think he doesn't know that we just visited. It could be possible. He's kind of a sneaky guy.
Yes. Very accurate description.
I kind of forgot to do this while we were there, but could I ritual cast detect magic and see if Pearl has any type of magic business going on.
Where is there? Where would you like to have this be cast?
Oh, so I meant that I should have cast this while we were in Northridge. Because last time we were there was when she had something, but I want to cast this while, like, we've already returned back to Trog Canyon, so...
Right. So, while you're standing in front of the skeletons, before you get to the skeletons, after you back off from the skeletons, but you're still within the confines of the town, where exactly do we want to put this?
After, like, not backed out of the town while we're still in it, but like about to approach the skeletons, or like after we've already approached that, like probably after, because the whole invis situation, but while we're still in town.
Got it. Still within the confines of the town, but past, no longer in skeleton eyesight range. Yeah, that's fine. You can ritual cast detect magic, and sure enough, Pearl does have an aura of magic about her.
What kind of magic? What's up?
Oh yeah, what cool.
You are getting a... where's my list of schools? You are getting... evocation mixed with conjuration.
Which one was evocation again?
It's sort of like creating something out of nothing. Like
thought that
magic
was
missiles, an
conjuring.
evocation spell. Fireball's a evocation spell. Conjuration, like bring something from somewhere else.
Right.
Evocation is sort of like, I have created something from nothing. It's usually combat spells. Yeah.
And conjuration?
Conjuration and evocation. Mm-hmm.
Well, I do have at my disposal ritual cast, identify, and just
Does that
slowly,
work on
like
you?
notice this. Yeah, if I touch you, so like notice this. Pearl, you've got something on you.
What? Did
Like
I step in something and I look at
no,
my feet?
no. A spell. A spell. There's something.
What? I'm not invisible, am I?
No, you're not invisible. Let me see if I can't tell what's going on here. And I touch her and ritual cast identify.
And this is when you're camped for the night?
No,
Or-
we're still in town. Like, and as soon as I notice it, because I don't want to go if there. Well, yeah, I don't know what's going on.
Gotcha.
What is the... How far does identify, like, how much... Okay, I guess I don't really know how identify works. I should probably just read up on it.
Here, I'll click it, and so it's in the chat.
Nice.
So, Pearl is not a magic item in and of herself. Cannot equip Pearl on your person.
Is she a magic imbued object?
Good question.
She's not really an object.
Okay, I'm gonna Google identify.
Well,
Is-
then Eva technically an object because she's a zombie puppet? Oh,
Oh,
man.
This did work on her. I think when you identify Pearl, you sort of get Tabaxi. Pearl. Maybe some other details, white fur. Female.
Too broad.
And you also can identify a...
Wait, is she a creature?
She is a creature.
If you instead touch a creature throughout the casting, you learn what spells, if any, are currently affecting it. So I could learn what spells they are, but not the other info if it was an object.
Very clever.
Oh, wait, yeah, it does have a thing about creatures.
Yeah, because if it's an object, I learn so much information. Like whether it requires attunement to use, how many charges, its properties,
Right.
how to use them.
Oh, I didn't read the last part for some reason. Okay, cool.
There is a spell affecting Pearl. There is a gate spell affecting Pearl.
Gate?
Gate.
What is a gate spell? I guess I don't know, so I'm not going to look it up.
It is a very powerful, high-level spell that links two places by a portal and conjures through it a thing, a creature, a monster, a deity, something or other.
But there's no portal around.
Correct.
Are you the portal? Have I ever looked at Pearl?
Maybe this is the first
you've
one.
had
With
detect
this?
magic? You must have. You've cast detect magic, and Pearl's been around.
Yeah.
She would have had to be like positioned behind you,
I'm
or just up.
I'm actually almost certain that I did actually first or second episode or I guess as soon as I had detect magic,
Yeah,
I think
we
I
were
used it on
around.
Pearl.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And you didn't notice any spells before, but now there seems to be some sort of gate spell affecting her.
How much does Tristel know about what that is? Like, does Tristel get that information when casting the spell, or...?
I think...
Because I just don't know how Identify works, like, in-game wise. Like, what's the... How does it work?
You learn what spells are affecting a person. Tristel has learned that you're being affected by a gate spell. And I guess that's it.
Okay. But we don't know what a gate spell is or what it does, or...
You know it gates in a creature. It has something to do with conjuration.
Well, what do you mean by gates, Tristel? I don't get it.
See, this is a very delicate process. Whenever I'm looking for this information, it does come to me, but I don't always know what it means. But there is some kind of gate, based on the spell that's on you.
But this wasn't here before, right? And
Not as far as I'm aware. But I'm not sure if it's something weird about this place or...
yeah, we should leave. Maybe there's some scary things happening here.
Yes.
And the party heads back to Trog Canyon, arriving safe and sound on Sunday.
As we leave town, the detect magic should last for a while, right?
It lasts for an hour.
So, like, you would notice if the spell faded as we walk away from town.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
does it?
No.
Oh.
Kate,
That's
I'm so
cool.
interested. Could it have been a side effect of the wild magic? Like, you kind of created a gate for the Draconians to portal in. You like, if it's conjuration, like, that's kind of what happened.
But then why would it be persistent?
Well, I don't know. It's wild magic. Something's weird, but that I don't know. That just kind of came to mind that if, like, conjuration, like, that was basically what happened with the Draconians.
That's the
But
most recent conjuring events, I guess.
yeah.
Okay, that's mildly
Interesting.
concerning.
Is there anything weird about me? Can I look at my own self and...
You can.
Oh yeah, that should be possible.
The thinking's worrying me. The pondering is worrying me. Because if everything's fine, it'd be like, you look at yourself and you're well, maybe you can moisturize a little more, but...
But you know, sometimes Neil does some fake pondering just to make us nervous, so...
Exactly. You should not consider this at all. I'm just screwing with you.
Suspicion.
Would you roll me a D... Would you roll me a D100, Tristel?
For
See,
fun.
this is also a decoy roll. He's
For
gonna say
fun.
it's fine,
Was.
and it was always gonna be fine.
Mm-hmm.
That's fine.
Rolling high today. Oh, except for the 4. That was the opposite of high.
You are currently... You notice that there is some divination magic around you right now. You're mostly, paying attention to Pearl and investigating her. And then you, look at your hand and you're like, there's a weird yellow glow around me right now. This is a divination school on me. Why did I not notice this before?
Well, it does make sense that I'd know if it's a yellow glow. Maybe I just thought I was real dewy, like if I was looking in the daylight at any point. I can. Why did I only just notice it though? Probably because I just asked to inspect right now. Oh no.
What is divination in this case? Is it like divine magic of some sort, or is it a...
Divination is the school of, knowledge magic. It detect magic, I think, is divination. Clairvoyance, clairaudience, locate creature, tongues.
Wait, so
all of these sort of informational gathering spells.
Can
It
she
could just
see
be
it
me?
because she's casting detect magic, or?
Well, then wouldn't she always have radiated divination magic on herself?
Yeah, while casting detect magic. But I'm not
Maybe
sure.
I just never observed because I was so focused. Is it possible to identify myself?
You're just hugging yourself.
Yeah.
I suppose that's fine. Right? You can identify yourself. You are a half-elf. Your name is Tristel. You're from Fairport. You are... the subject of a spell called scrying.
Scrying.
Yes. Some thing, somewhere, is actively scrying on you at this very moment.
Is that looking through your eyes, or
I think
listening in,
so.
or?
Because when you think of scrying, I think of a crystal ball. And looking. Oh no. I'm gonna close my eyes and turn away from the party.
Okay.
If we're observing all this while we're leaving town, I want to let everyone know. I'm not sure who. I have a suspicion who. But I think somebody's watching us through my eyes.
Okay, then we should definitely leave.
We should leave.
Excuse me, says Annabelle.
Let's just get back. And I kind of am looking. Can I just try and grab Pearl? And I'm I'm gonna close my eyes while we leave. Just
okay.
don't let me lose sight. Don't let me. Well, sorry, that's not maybe the appropriate word. Don't let me lose you all.
Okay.
And back to town you go. Unbothered. No creatures attack you in the night. You keep your watches.
I mean, we are feeling
make
pretty
your way back
bothered
to
by
town.
everything we just discovered.
I'm bothered.
Yeah.
It's fine. It's fine.
Is it though? I'm thinking this time it might not be fine.
If it was Stuka, then he absolutely knows what what we're up to.
Yeah.
We're not sure about the spell on Pearl,
Right, yeah.
but the scrying is suspicious, and we've
Yeah.
only encountered a few magic individuals that could possibly cast this, and one of them is kind of nosy.
Was it on the list of spells that the Draconian knew? I don't think it was, right?
That's
That
a good
was not-
question.
One of the spells that you heard.
Mhm.
That doesn't mean those are all the spells,
True, yeah.
but it wasn't in the list.
Whew, okay. Well, you can ritual cast all of this, right? So you can tell if it's still active, right? Once we're back in town.
Yeah, I
Yes.
guess. Can I observe myself and
The
Pearl?
next day, when you get back into town, you can ritual cast Detect Magic. You are not being affected by a scrying spell at this moment in time. Pearl is still got that, evocation, conjuration aura about her.
Sorry, and you said I did have scrying still?
You do not have scrying.
I do not. Okay.
That's good at least, because now then we can talk. It's kind of
Yeah.
scary to not be able to. Yeah.
It does almost confirm for me that the scrying is somehow attached to either Stuka or Henrietta, who's in town.
Yeah. Well. Yeah.
Which doesn't necessarily mean. Well, okay, we've established-ish that Stuka's likely evil, or at the very least, he has evil minions at his control. He could have just been nosy, like Henrietta saw us. I saw her in the window. Maybe he was aware that we were in town, and decided to, see what's going on. Like, it could have been more information gathering than, like, malicious.
Mm-hmm.
I
Well,
feel like we should talk to Stuka. But,
Talk
it's getting
with, like,
more and more awkward.
with, like, handcuffs.
why don't we take our break right here, and when we come back, we'll see what's up.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. I'll see you all in a bit. Bye.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Embers of the Wild, where nothing ever goes wrong and everything is fine all the time.
Yeah.
The
Yup.
scrying is from someone with good intents. They're just looking out for us.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. It's your fan base from far away. They're watching,
Exactly.
I don't like that. I don't like it. If they're fans, I still don't like it.
I mean, you have the opportunity to tell them. Because they're listening in, so...
That's true.
Well, we are back in town. And you know what is happening this week? In 2 days, on Tuesday, it's a festival. It is the Day of Tall Corn. It is the point at which the corn reaches its highest peak and is to be harvested. Not that there's a lot of harvesting space in Trog Canyon, but it is a yearly celebration that is practiced here and in many other areas.
On the 24th? Or...
The 26th is a Tuesday.
Oh wait, when did we come back to Trog Canyon?
On the 24th.
Okay.
Which was
and
a
then
Sunday.
26th
I see.
was the... Okay.
Yeah. Famously, the Day of Tall Corn is not celebrated specifically on like the 26th of November. It's whenever the corn is about to be at its peak. So depending on where you are in the world, it might be a little bit different. It might be a few days early or a few days later. It might be variable in the same place year after year. But this year, it's going to be on the 26th. It is one of the great harvest festivals. And we don't want this. We want happier music. And the town is thrilled. Everyone is going about, getting ready for celebrations. Sure, Gloria just died, but she was a warlord who was taken prisoner and slowly became a miner and then, like, helped defend everyone else. And, you know, we should remember her on the Day of Tall Corn. We should plant some corn near wherever we're going to bury Gloria, which is, you know, back in that cemetery where Eva
Should
was
make
buried.
a nice grave for Gloria.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe.
What
She
was
did
her
kind of
signature
kill
weapon?
2 people in town.
It was other humans. Gloria. She used a scimitar and a dagger.
Okay.
Wait, why'd you ask?
I don't know, like we could do some like okay, she probably would want to be buried with her weapons. I think that's what she would want. But maybe like on her grave we can, you know, like do we do tombstones? Is that a thing?
Totally.
So yeah, maybe represent that there. Them like crossed. That's very cool.
Yeah.
It's a tribute
Cross
to
the
her.
weapons on the headstone. Sounds real nice. Town will bury Gloria. People are sad. You know, they learn to love her. But time marches on, and the Day of Tall Corn is upon us. You do have some time before this day arrives. You have like all of Monday. But also, I think we're at a point where there's nothing that needs your attention right now, right? There's Henrietta and Stuka and Northridge. There's the Draconians who are up the canyon who they kind of want the bard to come and tell them stories about dragons. There are those warlords out on the other side of Ka'ela, but they're not going to cross the river. Like, Ka'ela and that river will kind of keep you safe. Sure, there's some monsters that came through the mines, but the mines have been collapsed and it's probably fine. And there's the Elemental, but the Elemental's happy. The elves have gone off to do their own thing. There's nothing that absolutely needs your attention in the short term. So what are we up to?
What
Are we
up
enjoying? Are we enjoying the downtime? Enjoying the harvest festivals? Are we stressing about these things? Are we
Probably
gathering
mostly
help?
stressing about it, because like Pearl is trying to figure out how much he should trust Stuka. Because it's been a bit of a roller coaster for her. Because initially she was extremely distrustful, and then she was like, you know, I should trust this person, even though he's a little bit strange. I shouldn't judge him too much. But now we have like a lot of signs that Stuka is probably very evil, and so now she has to like roll back all that trust that she felt like she had. Yeah.
He's building a statue in your honor. How bad can he be?
Yeah. Yeah. And it is really strange that someone's been scrying. That's kind of creepy.
Yes, I agree. I'm mega creeped out about it, and while the Harvest Festival is great, and I will change into my red dress to celebrate it, I do think that, like, in this meantime, I'm probably so spooked by it that I'm casting, like, I'm ritual casting Detect Magic, like, several times a day. Like, numerous times a day, like, kind of when I think about it and I'm freaked out, like I cast it just to like see if I'm being scryed upon.
Great. Roll me a D100. Actually, roll me 5 D100s, please.
Hold on.
This is the way that I do that.
Without-
Sorry. So I'll just do it. Oh, okay.
This makes me concerned.
Likewise.
It's fine. You're not being scryed upon. You don't notice anything else. I mean, there's magic everywhere. It's in
Right.
the air. It's all over the place.
Have we noticed any difference in the overall magic, like while we've been casting it?
No, it's still. I believe it's moderate through everything.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Just moderate amount of magic pervading the air, the water, your food, everything.
Okay.
Can we post up a guard? Like, can we keep a guard watch on the graveyard during this time?
Yeah. How long do you want to keep have someone keep watch on that? For like a week, a couple days, a
Like
year?
maybe a week or like honestly, I think until we figure out the necromancer situation, like we should have a guard posted up there like on rotation always.
How do we figure out the Stuka situation? And what, like... Because I feel like straight up talking to Stuka now is hard. Because there's a good chance that... things can go very wrong. Because, like, he might know that we are very suspicious of him now. Although I guess Pearl hasn't been very suspicious for a long time. She's been kind of trying to be friendly with Stuka, even if someone has been scrying. So I'm not sure.
So, how certain is Pearl? Like the boat was likely Henrietta's. I guess we saw her. We saw her. We saw the boat. We know she came in on a boat. I wonder if we can just lie to him, and say that we saw, like, she's our friend. She stopped by before. We noticed her boat coming down the river, and we're curious, and kind of see where that goes. Like, figure out if she's on with him. If he, I mean, he could have also like captured her or something. She's not necessarily working with him, right? But maybe that can be a good excuse for us to be there. And I don't know. We know he is evil, so I don't really know what, like, the issue is him being a necromancer and that raising people is evil and that we've confirmed they're evil. And he has a manifest destiny kind of mentality about this. So I don't know how Pearl feels about it, but at this point I feel like I've clocked him as a threat we need to remove. In the same way we saw Braxis as a threat to Trog Canyon.
Pearl never saw Braxis as a threat. So.
I know.
Yeah, I think Pearl wants to still believe that he can be changed. We can save him. We can fix it. But
maybe we can rehabilitate him in the way that right, like reform his ways. In the way that we did, you know, Gloria.
Hanging out.
My suggestion with specifically Gloria's case is that we capture him.
That seems extremely difficult. Like, if he is as powerful as basically everyone says, then I don't know. The problem with
Right.
capturing is that it's an inherently like hostile thing to do, and that's
Well-
immediately going to start a conflict.
Yes. The alternative is, I think, removing him from this
Removing
plane. Killing him.
Oh. I mean, we could maybe. I don't know.
I guess I see it less as a we are being hostile and rather that we are being defensive.
Yeah.
He's come into our town. He's turned someone into a zombie, someone we know, and love, and is creating evil creatures. So if we know he's evil and he's coming into our town and raising fellow townspeople from the grave, I think that, like, we're in a defensive move where we need to do something. He's already taken a hostile action, in my opinion.
Valid point, but so did Gloria.
That's true. Well, that's interesting. Maybe.
Because like we can possibly talk Stuka into, or maybe that's a bad idea. Because like, I'm trying to. Because what
So a way
my
to
brain is
capture
thinking is very
him-
different from what Pearl is thinking.
Yeah.
I need to split this.
It's like you bring up Gloria. The way we captured her is I put her to sleep. I don't think that. No, it definitely doesn't work on undead because I've tried that. But Stuka is not undead,
As far as we know, but
as far as we
probably.
know.
But I mean,
That would be a way to capture him.
just make him take a nap.
Yeah. In a cell.
That seems. Whew, I don't know. It's really dangerous to like attack spellcasters. I feel like.
Yeah. You know what? This is such a long shot. What if we made a little trek up north and visited our dragon friend and enlisted flying, fire-spewing help?
I mean, last time we convinced Sylvanos by being like, "Hey, there's a good snack over here," but I feel like rotting zombies and skeletons are not a particularly good snack. Or maybe it is.
That's a good point. That's a good point.
But maybe, yeah.
Well, do we know anything about kind of the nature of dragon? Is there other things that they're interested in besides food?
You know, all stories of dragons you've ever heard, they have a large treasure hoard. And you would know that Sylvanothernes is new to these parts and probably doesn't have a great treasure hoard. And he was offering to eat criminals from Fairport if the town paid him like a small fee, right? And he is acting as somewhat of a guardian of the town for a little bit of money. Maybe you could buy his services with a large pile of cash.
We do have a large pile of cash.
True. But do we want to do this, though? I don't think Pearl wants to straight up attack Stuka.
I think we want him to stop what he's doing in Northridge. That's really the bottom line.
Yeah, that's the biggest thing. So, like, if we can get him to just not be a danger to people around him, then that would be ideal. The question is how to get there. And
Well,
it's really hard to get there without straight up murdering him, because he seems very set on his ways.
That's why I'm thinking if we had Sylvano with us, it's kind of like we can go in and basically like Honestly, honesty seems to be a thing that works with him. So we could straight up say, hey, like, we know that you're the one who rose Eva. We need you to stop what you're doing. And he can either be like, yeah, okay, I went a little too far, and like tone it down, which I don't know if that's likely, but it could happen. And if he doesn't want to stop, then we have a dragon.
Are we just gonna have Sylvanas like circling above us, like menacingly? As a threat.
How good are dragons' eyesight? Like how could we like send a signal?
Message.
I'm sure you could devise a signal, right? Even if it's just we wave this flag when we need this and that flag when we need that. A flag could be a pretty big thing. Or you could like set a fire or a series of fires. I'm sure the two of you can devise a clever signal that a dragon could see.
So yeah, maybe we could signal him if needed. So it isn't overtly threatening.
You can create an illusion, like outside the window, right?
That's true. I could also create an illusion that's a very loud noise.
Oh, I also have a very loud noise. I think Shatter is canonically very loud. Although that's a bit more destructive. Or maybe that's a bad idea.
Because we have lots of gold, but there's also like the very first time we were in Northridge and we found like the golem, like it was guarding a lot of treasure. Stuka seems to have uncovered a lot of the treasures in Northridge to decorate the castle with. Or at least some. Like, there's also some loot in there that might be appealing to Savannah, but we also have loads of gold.
Oh,
Thoughts?
jeez. I don't know. I really wanna Pearl really wants to talk Stuka out of this, but it's gonna be like near impossible. If not actually impossible. It would be nice to talk to Henrietta about it, but she's kind of fleeting. So I don't know if Henrietta is still around.
Right. Right. Because I guess, honestly, with the knowledge of her there, it's kind of like... Because I kind of feel like I'm still convincing Pearl that he's bad. Like, if Henrietta is a baddie or captured, then he's bad kind of no matter what. I don't really know a scenario where he's good in my mind. But...
Oh yeah, that's super difficult, yeah. I don't think there's any case where... Yeah, I don't know.
Maybe we can do a tiny bit more recon if Pearl needs convincing. If Henrietta is like, her boat's still there, maybe we could follow it. If it's like leaving.
Yeah, I think that's what Pearl would want to do. Like, find out more about the situation.
Okay. And then Tristelle offers an ultimatum. If unless we have like clear proof that he is good, I think we need to get reinforcements. Whether that's our men or a dragon. I am partial to the dragon option. This is his last shot for redemption. Well, not the last shot. The last shot is us confronting him and saying, stop being evil and raising the dead. But this is like the second to last shot.
Stop being evil. Fine.
Great. So, sounds like that is happening. This conversation is happening maybe on Monday. And then Tuesday is the day of tall corn and the harvest festival. And there's all these, wonderfully prepared cakes and breads and cookies that have been made and all sorts of delicious corn dishes. Because, it's a harvest festival, but corn is sort of the centerpiece of it. But then the festival passes and the rest of this conversation is maybe on Wednesday morning. Do you want to go somewhere Wednesday morning? Do you want to go back to Northridge? Do you need more
Wait,
time?
Wednesday would be the day before the tall corn, right?
No, tall corn's on Tuesday.
Oh, I put it on Thursday. Okay. Sorry. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I think going there as soon as possible is good because we want to be able to catch Henrietta.
What
Like-
about the
So tall-
Draconians and the Bard story?
Right.
Can that wait?
True.
I can wait. Tristel just gave a concert, so listen, she's very tired. She needs to rest her vocal cords after a 28 performance check.
That's true. Yeah. It was a killer performance. Great. So on Wednesday.
So did tall corn just happen?
Yeah, that was Tuesday.
And is it us just planting the corn, or are we also like
No, it's
harvesting?
harvesting and eating
Okay.
and celebrating, and there's drinks and food and
Right.
little music.
Let's bring some of the corn with us as rations. I want yummy seasonal food.
Great.
Go for it. Pearl is not gonna like that, but
That's all.
so Pearl is gonna bring some fish or something.
Nice.
Mm-hmm. Well then, our party sets out on Wednesday to head back to Northridge to confront Stuka.
Confront is a
Not
strong
quite
word.
once and for all, but one more time.
We're visiting our
One
friend.
more.
Oh,
Well, on your way to Northridge, you get maybe halfway there when what should you see coming up the river towards you but a boat? A boat of a flag, with a flag of a boat with a flag. And it is paddling, well, it's semi-sailing and semi-paddling its way upriver. The river here is nice and slow and lazy, and this boat is making its way.
We can tell that it's the same boat, right?
Mm-hmm.
Do we see
coming up
Henrietta?
towards us.
It is coming up towards you, and you can get a vantage point, and you can see that the river boat here has a group of rowers with it, human living rowers, and there is Henrietta, which Tristel can spot pretty well now, at the prow of the boat as it makes its way upriver.
Nice. I think we're just gonna wait by the edge of the river somewhere until they.
Yeah,
I kind of wave them down.
They'll see you, they'll wave you down as well, pull the boat off to the side of a river where there's a nice good spot, tie it up to a tree, and popping out will be Henrietta. And staying on the boat will be these 8 rowers who look a little bit shaken. It's a combination of, men and women who are wearing pretty light clothes because they're, working the oars and sitting in the sun all day. And they hang out on the boat, but they look pale. And not like I'm from the northern or southern parts of the world and I have pale skin. They look like, spooked, like they've seen something horrible. Henrietta will pop on out and scramble up the shore to the embankment and greet the two of you. Very happy to see you.
Perchance, before she makes it to us, I am trying to detect magic. Also myself, like, are we being scryed upon? Like, is there anything about her, about the ship?
Yeah, you're not gonna have time to ritually cast it if you want to do it while she's coming up the embankment.
Yeah, I'm just gonna instant cast it.
Great. You are not being scryed upon at this moment. You see no magic around you. Pearl still has the same magical stuff going on around her.
Still.
Henrietta. Where are my spell list? Henrietta. What is it called? Henrietta has abjuration magic around her. And you will notice that she is the robes that she is wearing are magical, and there is something in the pack that she wears on her back that is radiating magic, but it's like buried within the backpack, so you can't quite tell what it is. I think you get the school
Yeah.
of these things? So you will get the abjuration spell, you will get abjuration clothing, and you will get conjuration
In the bag.
in the bag.
Okay. Okay. Honestly, I feel like that information doesn't immediately clock as weird because I don't think I ever looked at her before, and she could just be wearing protective stuff.
Yeah.
Yep. And she will scramble up the embankment to see you. And friends, I told you I would come back. It's taken me longer than I expected, but I'm on my way to Trog Canyon. How is it? Does it stand still?
It is still standing. Yes. It's nice to see you again. How have you been doing?
Very, very busy. I suppose the two of you are as good as anyone to ask. Are there houses for rent in Trog Canyon? I was hoping I could set up shop temporarily here for maybe 6 months or so, maybe 3, depending on how my research goes.
Yeah, sure. That would.
There is availability for sure. Would you also be seeking lodging for your crew?
No, I'll send them back down the river and they'll head back home. I'm just here by myself with some of my things are in the boat. And I'd like to set up shop and conduct some research in this area. Quite the interesting magic around here.
Yeah. And I look toward the crew. Your crew looks a little shocked right now. Are they okay?
Oh, they're fine.
Are you sure they're not like seasick or something?
Have you ever heard of a rower who gets seasick?
Oh, I
They'd
don't
be
know.
quite bad at their job, after all. Where are the two of you headed off to?
Well,
Oh, we're simply taking a stroll upon the lands. You see, we've been actually engaging in quite a bit of trade ourselves lately, and so we're always looking for this and that to add to our repertoire.
I see.
well,
I
there's
see.
that, and have you
Oh my gosh.
met the necromancer?
I have.
Oh,
What do you make of him? Because we are very concerned about the safety of our town right now.
Oh, wow, what a question. He seems sort of sweet and sort of delusional.
That's
He
what I've been.
clearly has a lot of creations,
Mm-hmm.
and he's insisting that they're his family, and he has them follow him around and holds
Sure.
conversations with them. They don't really talk back. I think he might be a touch mad.
Yeah.
a fair assessment.
Mm-hmm.
But he
Yeah.
doesn't seem to be like hostile toward us, at least. But he's amassing a large number of dangerous creatures there, and I
I
don't really
wouldn't
know.
call it an army, but I think that's only because of the lack of weapons. There are many skeletons. Many hundreds of skeletons.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
we're hoping we could maybe talk to him and maybe, I don't know, some way ensure our safety, but not entirely sure what his motives really are. He seems very interested in continuing his craft and, hanging out with his family, but we can't really quite be sure what he's up to. And we recently discovered that, well, someone has been scrying on Tristel. Not
Yes,
right
What
now.
did you do?
It's true. Uncertain.
Did you make a friend or an enemy?
Well, that is the question. You see, the scrying only seemed to be happening near Northridge. In fact, we were in the area just the other evening.
You don't happen to be a zombie, do you?
No. So I've actually thoroughly checked with detect magic, and there's no zombification happening over here.
Good. Good. Well then, all the more reason for me to set up shop as quickly as possible. Are you continuing your stroll, or would you like a lift back to town?
Well, we should talk to Stuka, right?
Indeed. I do believe this matter deserves some rather urgent discussion.
Well,
We
I've
may have found some tampering with him in our own town. To be quite frank, there is a town member who is a zombie.
She's perfectly fine. For the most part. She's herself, and she's very, like...
That doesn't... No, sweetie.
No, she's really... I promise you, she is herself. She just doesn't eat, and
Wasn't
she's a
there
little
cleric
cold.
in town that can set you right? I thought I saw a cleric of Martha last time I was here.
Yes, and we had our cleric check her for evil, and she is not evil.
She must have made a mistake.
Well, then if
I will set
if-
her straight.
Would you like her to repeat it, or...
Perhaps actually it may be useful before we engage with Stuka to have Henrietta take a look at Eva.
Possibly, yeah?
I know the name Eva. That's one of the innkeepers, right?
Indeed.
I think I stayed with her, or almost stayed with her last time I was here. A zombie.
Yeah.
Yes. Definitely some meddling from Stuka. She mentioned
more
meeting a
reason-
man in the fields, and most definitely was him.
All the more reason to rent a separate place. Who would I see about buying or renting a house? I assume there's open houses in Trog Canyon?
I guess, I don't know, out of character, I'm guessing Pearl or Tristel would know, right? But...
Yeah,
if
probably-
you knew the mayor.
Yeah, probably
Yeah,
Barnaby.
I mean, either way, we can definitely suggest that Henrietta stay at the inn while she gets that settled.
You know, I just spent a week in Stuka's company. I would be happy to be free of the undead for a little while.
Oh, you spent a week there?
Yes.
In
6
Stuka's
days, really.
lodging, and...
And you slept in his bed? The beds?
Well, not his bed,
Well,
but yeah.
apologies. The beds. Well,
Yeah.
did you not notice the enchantment upon them?
Oh, yes. The magic circles under them?
Wait, magic circles?
Do you know what they were?
I could guess, but I wouldn't want to put that on you. It's probably not right, and I wouldn't want you to worry.
We're already
Well,
worried right now.
I suppose we're not the one worrying about it. It should be you worrying about it since you're the one sleeping in it.
I just moved the bed off of this magic circle for the night. Moved it back in the morning.
That's sensible.
Yeah.
Did you have any of his food? He keeps asking us to eat some of his food, and we're a little bit scared.
He said he was going to throw a feast for me and my crew, and we were very grateful. And
Did you also have to politely
wasn't-
decline?
well, I accepted until I saw what the feast was, and then I declined, and we ate the food that we brought on our ship.
What
What was it?
was served?
He enchanted his arm and offered it to us to eat from directly.
Wait, what? From his arm?
Yes.
Like, just held out his arm and asked if you
Yeah.
wanted to eat.
He says that his school of magic has led him down a path of regeneration and consumption, and he can imbue his body to sustain a number of people, and you need to eat from him but once per week to nourish you for the whole week, although not dehydration, just food and We politely declined.
Uh-huh.
It was a little weird
A little.
to watch him bite and eat from his own arm.
So
I'm gonna
that's
just
why
give
your
the
crit is
biggest
pale.
look at Pearl, like, you still think this guy is good?
No, look, I don't know. Maybe he's just a little lost and confused and very passionate about his craft. He's not attacking anyone.
Somebody this lost and confused isn't, I don't know if they should be wielding such power.
Or maybe we can
The
get them.
ability to raise an army, not my words, an army of skeletons.
But they're not an army, right? They're citizens in his mind, right? Same
And
for the
slaves.
few guards, I guess.
Anyway, all the more reason why I should go and do any of my research that needs doing in this area that has all of this wonderfully strong magic surrounding it, just in case Stuka does decide to, I don't know, raise the entire area and destroy it with his creations. I'd like to conduct my research soon.
You
You
think
haven't
he's gonna
sold
do
him
that?
any weapons, have you?
We don't have any what?
You haven't sold him any weapons, have you?
No,
we?
but he sold
No.
us a lyre.
That's true.
Or wait, was it even sold or was it a gift?
It was a gift. He crafted a rather lovely lyre. It is made entirely of bone. It does seem to have a light touch of necromancy magic on it.
That
So I
would make
haven't
sense.
touched it. I haven't played it. I'm a bit wary of it, but it's there.
Well, if it's only a light amount of necromancy, that's probably the magic used to bind the bones together. If it was going to hurt you, it might have a stronger aura on it. It's probably fine.
Do you have it with you right now?
Oh, sure. I have it in my bag, always like encased in
Yeah.
the fabric. So like unveil it.
She will ritual cast detect magic on it and look at it from different angles and nod and be like, well, that looks much like the magical signatures I saw on his tower, where the bones are being bound together to make
Oh.
walls and floors. It's probably just the magic used to create it.
Then it's probably fine then.
It's probably fine then, she says, not touching it.
Tristel, you should tune it and see what it sounds like.
If
Look,
it's not
it's-
dangerous,
It should be fine.
Sure.
And, like,
Should be fine.
I'm gonna tune it.
Yeah, it has this like really fascinating, like echoey vibration quality to it, and you're pretty certain the bones are picking up and vibrating the sounds of the strings being plucked in its own sort of almost not vibrato. What do you like a little bit of distortion, like you might have on a modern instrument, is created by the hollowness of the bones. It produces like an entirely different quality of sound.
Oh, like reverb.
Yeah, there we go. That's it. That's the word.
wait, which one? Reverb or distortion? Distortion is like electric guitars, and reverb is like a long echo.
We're out of my wheelhouse. I don't know anything about music.
Okay.
Whichever one
I
is
can-
more interesting and fun for you.
Yeah, I can
was sort of
imagine it having
imagining-
that very like full, like I say full, but like hollow, that kind of like boom. Like if you played an instrument in like a
cave.
An empty church or something, or a cave, yeah.
That would be a reefer, yeah. I sort of imagined that it
Yeah.
would, like, have this thematic, haunting, longing sound. 'Cause
I'm gonna take that, actually, what you just said, as Pearl saying it, and then start to play a creepy song.
Neat.
Yeah.
See, it's fine. We can trust him.
I don't know if we can trust him, but I do kind of like it. Just put it away.
Look, the only thing we know that is bad about Stuka, I think, is that one of his skeletons is definitely evil. Is there anything else Stuka's done that's bad?
Pearl, you may be forgetting about not one but two parties telling us that the act of raising people from the dead is evil and destructive to their souls.
According to who?
The elves and Annabelle.
And who told them about this? And can we trust them?
Pearl. At this point, I am physically shaking her.
That's dangerous. I might explode. Don't shake me.
Henrietta observes this interaction. How much time has Pearl spent with Stuka? She says to Tristel.
Well, we've never stayed for an extended period of time, but we've had a few interactions here and there. We visit. He
Maybe
says
3 times?
strange things, and then we leave.
Why do you ask?
I should probably get going. Pearl, could you put my bag on the boat for me for a moment? As she says as she bends down to tie her shoes.
Sure.
Yeah.
I'll
As
do that.
Pearl awkwardly takes the bag, Henrietta stands up and looks at Tristel and says, "Have they spent too much time together? Is it possible that she's been charmed by Stuka?" I didn't want to say this in front of her. And then she quickly drops back down to finish tying her shoes.
Yeah, why did you need me to put the backpack?
Oh, you just look so strong and capable, and it's time to go. And I figured, friends help each other out. Anyway, I should make my way up to Trog Canyon if we want to find a place for tonight, and then my rowers will head back to the boat that waits outside the swamp for them, and they'll come back and get me in a few months. Did you guys want a ride to town?
How
How about a gold each of you?
Yes.
She says, handing out a gold coin to each of you.
Yeah, maybe it's good. Maybe we can talk to Stuka later and see what comes of your research. What exactly is it that you want to research? I guess we can have that conversation on the boat along the way.
You're headed back
Yes.
to Trog Canyon with her? Great. Well, there is this magic all around us here, she says as they row. And it's stronger now than the last time I was here. I would like to find out what... I would love to find its source, but I want to also know its action. What effect is the magic having in this area? You've mentioned that you have a friendly zombie in town, which seems impossible, but she kind of looks at the air. We are in a weird spot. The necromancer down the way seems slightly mad, but also slightly friendly.
Yeah.
A little unusual. I do believe last time I was here, you'd mentioned some sort of monsters roaming around. Not terribly unusual, but
We saw it.
maybe the specifics.
Chimera in the sky. We've had some rather strange creatures attack our town very recently. Some underground, awful-looking things.
Well, ever since the war ended, magic has been relatively scarce in the former Farron Empire. This is one of the few places where I have found magic existing on its own, and I would love to know more about it.
I think
that's
you're
why
not
I'm
the
here.
only one. I think there are a lot of people that are trying to find the source right now.
That makes sense. All the more reason for me to hurry. You look concerned, Tristel. Is everything okay?
I just don't know what to do with this Stuka situation.
Oh yeah, by the way, she would have seen the magic on me as well. If she had detect magic on the liar.
That is accurate.
Okay. Just making sure.
Yeah,
she had
she didn't say
gate on
anything
her.
about it.
Okay.
Is that what you're saying to Henrietta?
Oh no, I was more out of character asking.
Okay. Yes.
I do want to bring it up though. We're almost certain it must be Stuka that's been scrying on us, but I mean, didn't you notice the magic on Pearl?
Well, didn't we know that Pearl was from far away?
Well,
Weren't you summoned
Has it
here?
always been there?
I don't think it was always there.
Hmm.
You've been detecting magic a lot, and I've been nearby, and that's never been there.
Well. All the more reason to set up shop so I can
Oh,
run some tests. Pearl, would you like to be my guinea pig?
Yes. And she straightens up. I will happily be your assistant. And maybe you can teach me how do you know control magic and everything, right?
That sounds lovely. That sounds wonderful.
Are you gonna build a tower as well?
No, I have no teleporting needs. Just a regular house, thank you very much.
That's so exciting, though. Well, what are your plans? What are you gonna do?
wait, sorry, you have to know what needs?
Teleportation needs. The teleportation spell is not always 100% accurate, and sometimes you appear a little bit above, a little bit below where you want to teleport, which is a problem if you try to teleport on ground and then you appear below it in the ground. It either kills you or sends you to another dimension or rips apart your body and mixes it with earth. It can be messy. So wizards often build towers. So that way if their teleportation has an error in it, that it will just appear on the floor below them rather than appearing in the earth and dying. Or on the floor above them, and then they don't have to fall.
It's a good precaution.
See.
But I am not teleporting anywhere anytime soon, so no need for that here.
Good to know.
Maybe I can do something like that for my magics. Just some way to compensate for the inaccuracies of my spellcasting.
We will look into that together. Absolutely.
Nice.
And back to town we go. You will arrive before evening. And the new arrivals will bring a whole bout of excitement because once again we have people coming into Trog Canyon from far away. More and more visitors these days. There've been quite a lot of visitors now,
Are we
haven't
still
there?
on Corn Day?
No, this is
The day after.
Corn Day.
Right. Okay.
There have been guards who have come into town. Tristel's been here. Grizz has been showing up. There were some elves. Henrietta is back. Trout has made an appearance every now and then. The people of Trog Canyon are slowly growing to be excited by outsiders rather than hesitant of outsiders.
Nice. That's good.
Henrietta will very quickly get a place in town. Mayor Barnaby will rent her one of these abandoned areas that no one's been using, and she will set up shop. Her rowers will stay for the day at the inn and then head back the next day. And Henrietta's house is going to be this one right over here. This abandoned building, formerly abandoned building.
This one?
Yeah. But we want you to be legible. There we go. I think that's how you spell Henrietta.
It is now.
Yeah, that's totally how you spell it.
Mm-hmm.
Great. All right. Well, that's that for that day. What do our players want to do? So much to do.
Well, I'm Henrietta's assistant now, so I'm gonna wake up early and show up to work.
Ah, yes. She will use you to gather furniture from around town, get some rugs, some lanterns, some cookware, some tables and chairs. Gotta find a bed. The first, week is just gonna be setting up the house, and getting it right.
Trying to figure out how long Pearl would still be excited if she's just doing chores.
But you're an absolute necessity at this point because she doesn't even know where to get furniture. She doesn't know where the
True.
carpenter lives, and she doesn't know how to, where to get the rugs and whatnot. So there's plenty of stuff to do. And while Pearl is running around excitedly working for Henrietta, we have Tristel.
Mm-hmm.
You seem concerned, Tristel.
I'm very concerned. I'm trying to remember what were the schools of magic that were on Pearl? It was
Evocation,
Evocation.
And conjuration. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Evocation and conjuration.
Mm-hmm.
What? Do I know what school of magic? I couldn't find out on my character sheet, but do I know what school of magic charm person is?
Enchantment.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
Definitely.
she's probably not being charmed. Well, at least not by that spell. But I am since Henrietta brought it up, I'm kind of suspicious. I'm also suspicious of Henrietta. I'm suspicious of anyone who is interacting with Stuka and walking away being like, he's weird, and no, nothing else.
Especially after a week.
Yeah, staying there for a week sets off some alarm bells for me.
It's a reasonable suspicion.
So...
But maybe Stuka's just so nice and hospitable that you would want to stay for a week. We never even gave it a try. We just never stayed there.
It's true. Except I don't think that's true. So I think Tristel is... Pearl's off, running errands and this and that. And Tristel is, staring at a wall in the tavern, drinking and trying to, piece this puzzle together.
Do you have any skill checks that you could roll that might help you in this endeavor?
Skill checks.
Yeah. Do you have any proficiencies or things that you would like to... Anything that you might be able to divine or think of?
I'm not sure. An investigation?
Yeah. You don't have to. I'm just trying to...
Yeah, I feel
give
like
us a tool.
investigation might be me trying to piece all this together. If there's anything that is out of the stories don't line up. It's weird to me that she was is she charmed even though she has detect magic and doesn't that's kind of a weird thing to say.
But she didn't identify it though.
So it's interesting she brought that up, I guess. There's something I want to try. Or what were you gonna say?
No. Please take it away.
Okay. There's something I want to try, and I'm gonna message you real quick.
No.
That
So it's gonna be in the group chat, or am I gonna get left out?
You are so getting left out.
Okay. I'm gonna give Pearl a visit.
Okay.
Depending on the time of day, I might actually be busy moving furniture and acquiring various items.
I'm gonna insist Pearl speak with me. Alone.
We're just happy to give you a 10-minute break.
Okay, I'm also gonna have that magical sword. What was it? Topaz.
Mm-hmm.
That we picked up from the bandits. And I'm all suited up.
Oh no, I'm scared.
I'm looking like I'm gonna go on an adventure, and I come to Pearl and I say, Pearl, this has gone on long enough.
Wait, what has gone on for long enough?
This Stuka situation has to be taken care of. I'm leaving today, and I'm going to kill him. Capture him, sure. I'll try to capture him for your sake.
No,
but
you can't
I'm
do
leaving right now, and this has just simply gone on too long, and I'm gonna head out of town.
No,
and
you can't do
walk
that.
away.
We have to talk to him before we do anything like that.
No.
Well, what do you mean no? We can't just do this. And I dropped the furniture that I was carrying.
You can go back to learning this and that with Henrietta. That's your business, but this is mine. Our duty is to protect the town, and this is what I've decided. And keep walking out of town.
No. But he hasn't attacked our town. We're fine, right? Everything's fine.
I'm gonna run even faster.
I'm
gonna
gonna
start
keep
running
after you.
So it sounds like Tristel is attempting to run out of town, and Pearl is like racing after you to catch up with you.
Look, I have
Yeah.
faster movement speed, so
That's true.
I can definitely catch up.
I'm gonna cast invisibility.
No,
Ooh.
I'm gonna lunge
With
and try to break
a-
invisibility.
Make me an attack roll at disadvantage, because you don't know that she's going invisible until she's turned invisible, and then you can take an action and
I'm gonna try to tackle Tristan.
yeah, you have an idea of where she is, but you can't quite see her, so disadvantage on the
jeez.
attack roll.
Oh, jeez. Okay. Oh, no. I've forgotten how to attack. How do you attack?
Where's Pearl? Here's
Do
Pearl.
I click one of the weapons, or
Yeah, just click claws.
claws?
Claws,
Okay.
not the dress.
Oh, jeez.
Actually, for some reason, your claws are keying off of your strength, and I think they should. Oh, maybe they do key off strength.
Oh, they do,
A
and that
10.
bothers me a lot. Oh, wait, it was disadvantage, right?
Yeah,
Okay, well, 10.
a 10
jeez.
against Tristel's 13 AC. So you're. Well, I guess you're just trying to grab her. Oh, but her AC comes from dexterity. So you try to grab hold. Maybe you catch like a bit of cloth in your hand, but it twists out of your way. And Tristel is invisible.
Oh, no.
And she's gone.
I'm gonna run after her. No, you know what? I'm gonna run... Ah, jeez. I'm considering if I should run ahead of Tristel. And get to Stuka first. But this is
Warn
a...
him
like,
that she's coming for him. Yeah.
but this is a... It takes a long time to get there.
It does, but you have a much faster movement rate than Tristel.
I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna run ahead.
Okay.
Damn it.
One second, please.
Oh, jeez. Oh, no.
Okay, I see her run off. I'm going to cast a minor illusion of a bear running up.
It's gonna break your invisibility spell.
That's okay.
Wait, of a bear doing what?
Just running up. I just need her to stop.
So Pearl begins to run away, and then a bear appears and like kind of runs after Pearl.
I feel like I should be able to tell that it's Tristel doing this, right? Is there a check I can do?
Probably.
'Cause, like-
I mean, bears do exist out here. It's possible. You've been
Wiz-
attacked by a tiger out here before.
Wiz. She
Well, I
But
don't
it
think
is
my actions
pretty
are going to
convenient
change. I'm still going to
timing.
run away from the bears.
Right. So I think you'll run from the bear, and in that moment your peripheral will change, and you will see Tristel back behind where you had left her, where you made the attack at her before you started to run off. She clearly has not run ahead of you at all.
Wait, but are you still running, Tristel?
No.
Oh,
She's standing still just outside of town.
but Tristel, what are you doing?
What are you doing?
No, we have to talk
Look
to
at-
him. We can't just straight up kill him.
He's charmed you. I'm so
What?
certain of it.
You didn't detect any charmed spells on me.
I'm not.
Not suspicious at all. Say that.
You said I just
I'm
had
so
some
certain.
other thing. It's
Look
not a
at the
charm
way you
spell.
run to his defense. This is so unlike you, Pearl. You'd never. Oh, I'm
Never
so
stop
certain of
anyone
it.
from killing someone.
Well, you've done that plenty, but running into such a dangerous situation,
Well, currently you're the
immediately
danger.
running to his defense. Interesting. I'm the danger and not the man who raised Eva, who is already dead.
And Eva has been fine and kind to us, and she's herself. None of us have gotten attacked by Stuka.
I'm not convinced.
No. But we... Then we're ending all the...
Say something rude about him. Say something awful.
He's creepy. He's really weird. I don't like how he raises the dead. And he's not even asking the families about it. He's extremely creepy. I really don't like him, but he doesn't deserve to die.
Let's go back to Henrietta. Maybe she can be the judge of this.
You think so? I guess we can try. I want to try.
We
but
need to be certain. It's if you were charmed, it wouldn't be your fault. It's just I don't understand how you can trust him, how you can keep protecting him. Every single time we get so close to making a decision about ending his undead city, you run to his defense.
I do, because I don't think he's done anything that wrong. Just kind of wrong, but he seems kind of oblivious to it.
I'm gonna turn around and start walking back to town.
Back to town we go. Back to Henrietta?
Yes.
Or okay.
Yes.
She will see you coming and say, "Now, Pearl, if you're going to be my apprentice, I need you to be here and working. I said you could have a 10-minute break."
Yeah, I'm so sorry. It was an
And
urgent
you just
matter.
ran off.
Yeah, look, it was...
Look, I need an apprentice that's reliable, and you seem to be a little distracted by things. Perhaps I should find someone else who has more free time.
Look, I'm sorry I was late with the pencils, but like there's a lot of things going on right now. I need to...
That's exactly my point.
Okay, I can run off and get the next thing on the list. Just Tristel wanted to talk to you. And then I run off.
So,
She ran off. Ugh.
Yes. Look,
Okay, so I'm
busy.
talking to Henrietta.
Mm-hmm.
She's charmed. I'm so sure of it. I need your help deciding this. This is too much.
Hmm. This is a dangerous situation we're in then. The magic in this area is very strong. One of my theories was that the magic might be amplifying existing effects, but I've spoken with Mother Annabelle, and she has confirmed that the undead creature known as Eva is independent, free of any curses or magic on her other than her physical form. And so it can't be an amplification of magic, because then she wouldn't be raised. She'd be, a super undead, but not a free undead. So the charm. The charm.
Is it possible to conceal this type of magic? I tried to identify the spells that were on her, and a gate of some type is the only thing I could discern. But I know it's possible to conceal this type of
It is
thing.
possible, yes. There is I didn't see Pearl wearing any amulets or jewelry. There's an amulet that will prevent scrying on a creature and prevent detection of certain things, including charms. Do you know if Pearl wears any jewelry?
Not that I can think of, but
Then this might
he
be-
was rather close with him. There was a moment when we were visiting and they were off on their own, so it's possible he could have slipped something on her person.
If he's a necromancer and he works with the forces of life and death, he might have fed her something and it's internal now, and maybe that's why it's not showing up on the outside. I think we need a remove curse spell.
It's possible to do such a thing? How?
Well, powerful clerics can cast remove curse. We could talk to Annabelle and see if she has those abilities. If not, we might have to travel somewhere where there is a cleric with that magic. It's not a spell I know.
I run into the room with a stack of mugs. Are these, is the size okay for these, or...
Those will do just fine. Thank you, Pearl.
where do you want me to put them?
Just on the table over there.
Okay.
That should be enough mugs for now.
And I try to arrange them, very neatly.
We were just talking about the other spellcasters in the area, Pearl. Which spellcasters are you aware of? Clearly, there's the three of us and Mother Annabelle, and there's Stuka.
Yes.
That brings us to 5.
We have our druid friend, Trout.
6.
And we have one of our draconian friends is also a caster.
Draconian friends.
Yes, our neighbors.
Friends.
Friends, yes.
I see.
I kind of go like this, like
Well, maybe we could talk to the Draconian friends and see if they have such spells.
it's true.
We could, yeah.
That will work.
Do you want us
Great.
to do that now, or...
Oh, well, you mentioned they were wanting a performance, so perhaps we give them a visit.
I see. Yes. Well, if they want a performance, then 2 birds with 1 stone. Tristel, this is something you can handle on your own?
Yeah.
Good. Splendid.
you still need me to do the other things on the list, or...
Absolutely. I need 3 workbenches. Would you mind contacting the carpenter, and contracting 3 workbenches, please?
Okay.
And
Yeah.
we'll hand you a
yes.
bag of gold to pay him.
All right. I will
Putting
walk
Pearl
out
to
and
work.
slowly read the list.
And Pearl will scamper off again. Henrietta will look at you, Tristel. Are these draconians particularly friendly?
Not particularly friendly. Friendly's a bit too strong for what it is. I'd say that we accept one another's presence, and they haven't been causing us any trouble as of late. So,
Well, this is good news. This is very good news. It's unlikely that Pearl would be charmed by both Stuka and the Draconians. So if she thinks they're both friends, then she's just stupid.
that's an interesting way to put it. I'm not so certain about viewing the Draconians that way. I'd say that we've had a sort of political relationship with them.
Okay. Well,
I'm glad Pearl didn't hear this.
if we can get that to remove curse, if they have it, that would be great. Just so we can be sure that there's nothing funky going on. I'll continue setting up my workshop here, and hopefully my research will yield interesting results. Will you be in town for long? Or are the 2 of you off to do other actions?
We'll be here for the time being. I'm wary to go off on any type of excursion before I know that there's nothing affecting Pearl.
That's wise. Very wise. Excellent. Well, let me finish setting up my shop. And when you're done with the Draconians, we can chat again. Thank you for all of your help and your assistance in tracking down these mysterious magics, she says, sort of like looking out the door the direction that Pearl ran. It's a strange place, this canyon. Very strange.
Most definitely.
Mm-hmm.
I'll scamper off. I kind of want to visit Annabelle real quick
Sure.
to see if she knows anything about removing charms or curses of any type.
Annabelle will tell you that Remove Curse is definitely a spell on her spell list, but she is not a powerful enough cleric to cast it. She is only, I want to say 3rd level, and you need to be 5th level to cast it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'm sorry, she's only 2nd level. Yeah, she's definitely nowhere near able to cast that. Yeah. She would tell you that her predecessor was able to cast that spell, and that in the days before the war, there were many, many clerics around who had that ability. But now, there are so very few. In fact, she doesn't know of any other clerics anywhere. Maybe Kaela has a cleric. Maybe Fairport might have a cleric. You are from Fairport, so you might actually know. There was a cleric back in Fairport when you lived there. They were kind of old. It's possible that they've passed on just from old age. It's also quite possible that they're still alive, and you don't actually know how strong of a cleric they are. They were just sort of around, and you didn't have much cause to interact with them. So there are a few options on the table.
Okay.
But I think that will wrap us up for this week. And when we come back next week, we can investigate Remove Curses and Draconians and whether or not Pearl is charmed. Maybe a trip to Fairport to get a cleric. Maybe
or a dragon?
Who knows? So much.
Might also need to check if I'm stupid as well.
No. I didn't believe it for a second. That's why I'm so sure that can't be the answer.
Neat. Oh, not next week, because I think,
Right.
yeah, but the week after that.
Session.
Yeah.
Juicy.
And that'll be May 8th.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
Neat.
congratulations on surviving another session.
Fun little altercation.
That was spicy,
But it
Christiaan.
sounds-
Can't just go for it like that.
I like that you attacked me, actually.
I have to.
It's like I would love to see, like, from someone else's point of view what that looked like. Is like me invisible and you just like, ugh.
I'm just hurling myself toward nothing, and then a bear starts chasing me, and then we have an argument.
Bear was a little out of pocket. Maybe I should have done an eagle swooping in out of nowhere.
Pocket bear.
Yeah. Oh, right, and I can't make it that big, so it's probably a medium bear. Oh well, it's good stuff.
Alrighty then. We will be back in a couple weeks with more Embers of the Wild.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you all for joining. Neil, did you have anything you want to shout out or stuff you're up to on your channel?
No.
Nice. All right. Do I stick around for a post-stream chat? Yeah, I'll probably do that for a little bit, in case people have questions or whatever. But yeah, otherwise, thank you all so much for joining. It was a fun session, and I will see you all in 2 weeks.
Bye.
Bye.
Okay, there we go. I should be back. Am I audible? I'm audible. Neat.
I have a question.
You have a question.
What did Kyra do that was good?
There were monsters attacking from the mines. And
wow.
you just led a whole expedition to go down into the mines and kill a bunch of things and investigate. And
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Go Kyra.
yeah. Pearl got flamed. You need to ask for extra experience for the DM for the flame. No, I think it's a reasonable deduction to make to call Pearl stupid. That's okay. I still look really cold. Wait. This is better. This is good. How do you see the situation with Stuka ending? That's the biggest question mark right now, I feel like. I don't really know how it's going to end. I just know that I just know that Pearl doesn't want to kill him. But she doesn't have a good idea for, well, what's a good way to, put a bow on the whole thing. Yeah. The thing is that Pearl is very, very, very averse to killing people unless they're, very demonstrably evil. And right now, the thing with Stuka is that to Pearl, he just seems kind of confused about social norms and just very excited about necromancy. Because he hasn't been outright hostile toward any of us, except for a few of the skeletons that attacked us, but that was the first time we arrived there. And since then, they haven't attacked at all. And so to Pearl, all she sees is someone who is passionate about a craft that has been rejected by society, and the reason this craft is bad is because people say that it's bad. That's what Pearl is hearing, and that's why she doesn't want to kill him, basically. That seems like a huge overreaction for someone who is quote-unquote just weird, right? Yeah. Does invisibility also conceal other stuff like movement, contact noise, and smell? I don't think so. I think invisibility is just visual.
Unless you have a silence spell. And then you get one of these.
Silent spells, yeah.
Freya.
What?
A mug.
Oh yeah, true. Yeah, the silence spell does make you a target for mugs. That's the downside of that spell. Can only use the silence spell when there are no like mugs nearby, so like going into a bar would be a bad idea. Need to find out for yourself the truth in necromancy. Time to start studying. What's Pretzel GPA? Would Pearl hang around long enough to learn how to read magic notes? I don't... Well... She'd be interested and would probably try, but I'm not sure if it would, like, lead too much. The thing is that, like, Pearl is really excited about Henrietta because she, like, radiates competency. Is that how you pronounce that? I forget. And so, like, she looks up to Henrietta a lot because she was, like, the first very experienced spellcaster that she met. And she's been hoping to, like, learn how to control her own magic, and so, like, she's really excited to potentially have Henrietta teach her. Has the basic ability to learn wizard spells. You only need 9 intelligence. Gotcha. Yeah, I don't know how it would work out mechanically. I don't imagine that Pearl would... I don't imagine that Pearl would subclass or anything like that. I think it's just that Pearl is excited about trying to control her magic. So, like, mechanically, I don't think it's really that, if that's what you're asking. Maybe you could try a half-truth to lure Stuka out. Explain you know about Eva, but your cleric sees she's not evil. Could do that, possibly, yeah. I thought Tristel was gonna go for it. 100%. That she was gonna keep running.
Hey, Freya.
Mm-hmm.
Did you intend to have a cup of tea here?
Oh shit. Was that your tea?
Oh, maybe.
That's your tea.
Oh.
I'm sorry. I forgot. But that's your tea. It's probably overbrewed now.
Oh, okay.
That was from 2 breaks back. You can probably microwave it.
Yeah.
It's the blueberry one.
Yeah.
So it shouldn't be overbrewed. Stuka would be 100% lured in by the fact that an undead is an outlier. Oh, for Eva? Yeah, in case he didn't create Eva, or like reanimate Eva, then he would totally be interested.
You know, we kind of already gave our hand away to Stuka.
About Eva?
Yeah.
Oh, very much at this point, yeah. Well, did we actually talk to Stuka about Eva?
Yeah.
No, did we?
So right after Eva turned into a zombie, we trotted over to Stuka and it's like, hey, you know about zombies?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we were kind of... yeah.
And they're like, no reason, haha.
True, yeah. You were kind of vague about it? Yeah, but the timing is not vague.
Like, pass an insight check to detect that we were lying.
Stuka never got the paint? I think we can get the paint to Stuka still. Maybe I can do that. Just head off on some morning. That would be a weird compromise. Get him to agree no more skellies or zombies, just dolls who agree to it before death. Who wants to live forever? Yeah, exactly. That seems like a good solution. We would just be angering every single god. But what do the gods know? Maybe the gods are wrong, right? What do they know? Okay. All right. Anything else before I head off? Gods are wrong for wanting people to die naturally and not come back to life. Exactly. Yeah.
Right there.
Where are the kittens?
Well,
What? Oh, in the kitchen? Right. Is Henrietta 100% trustworthy? Oh, absolutely not. No. No, Pearl is very trusting of Henrietta, but Freya is not trusting of Henrietta.
some shit going on over there.
Yeah, okay. I'm gonna go inspect the kitchen. Some shenanigans is happening. Kittens? Hey! Don't eat utensil. Hey. Wait, did you leave a spoon when you got your tea?
Yeah, it was over there.
Over there.
Yeah.
This might be it. Salad was holding it as a mouth. What, did you want the spoon? Hey, Salad. I think Salad pushed the spoon down on the floor in the kitchen, and now he wants to eat it. He was picking it up from the ground. He was like trying to trying to move it somewhere. I don't know what his plan is. I don't know if he's capable of having grand plans for his spoons, but this was in blueberry tea recently, so I think maybe he likes blueberry. What's the timeline of this campaign? I actually do have a timeline. Where did I put it? Here's the timeline. There you go. It's not fully up to date with the last few episodes, but
Fuck this shit.
okay, but it's the English one that's incorrect. Yeah. We've already encountered non-evil skellies. Well, Eva was not evil, but the skeleton was evil, right? That's what we found out. People said the abjuration magic on Henrietta was a magic shield, probably, right? Yeah, I don't know enough about, like, magic to know what was on Henrietta. There are kittens going on there. Hey. What's up to? They're a little bit close to cables. I don't like that. They're not playing with the cables, but they're very close to them. Okay, I'm gonna try to pull them away from the cables.
Hey! Hey, you two! Hey, come on. Don't go to cables. Ow!
That hurt, buddy.
Hey there. Wow. Here. You missed it.
Okay, anyway. Abjuration is protection? Gotcha. Excuse me. Hey! Toast! Those are cables. Do not the cables. Nope, hey. Where's the toy? Okay, probably gonna have to end the stream. I'm gonna have to deal with kittens. We're also going to bed pretty soon. Thor wants us to. So, well, thank you all for joining. This was a fun session. Begging Tristel going into murder mode. Dangerous stuff. Can't have that. Alright, well, I will, I'll see you all in 2 weeks, because there's no episode next week. Yeah. Probably gonna do a few... probably gonna start streaming development a little bit more of my video. So I'm gonna do some more coding streams in Unity to work on my math animations. As of late, I've been kind of stuck... I've been kind of stuck working out a math formula for the past 2 days. I've been doing nothing but solving equations. But I think it will be worth it in the end. I'm trying to work out my own formulation of a spline. There are many different methods of like generating curves in math, and I'm making a video about splines, and I'm trying to work out my own method, and it's promising, and I'm very close to an answer. I already worked out a simple case, and now I'm working on the advanced case. That's more useful. Do you have help? Not really. I'm using tools to help me, like Wolfram Alpha, to calculate and simplify equations. Have a good night and warm greetings to Ashley. Warm greetings to Ashley. That's Ashley receiving warm greetings. Okay. Anyway, thank y'all. Thank y'all for tuning, and I will see you all next time. Bye, everyone.